Okay, we got an excellent connection. All right, seems like we are live, I believe. Come on, YouTube. Show me the preview. Show me the preview. Okay, an error occurred.
We're going up. We're going up.
Okay, come on.
It's up. We're just waiting on the thing we're supposed to be seeing.
There we go.
Yep, it's okay.
It's showing up like it is on the Skype screen. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so I don't know why.
Come on, this is so cool. This is so cool and funny looking. It's like the Council of Four. We are sitting in. It's the Council of like you're choosing the next Green Lantern. I think I'm creative enough, although I'm probably more likely to be a Red Lantern. Let's be honest.
I would prefer to be a Blue Lantern or not the Violet Lantern, but an Indigo Lantern.
Yeah, like the ones of love, right? That would be
no compassion.
Compassion.
Yeah, compassion. The love ones are a little nuts.
Yeah,
Star Sapphires.
I go for the Blue Lanterns as well, just because blue's my favorite color. The only drawback is apparently the Blue Lanterns are considered the weakest ones, and they're basically the I'm helping group of the lanterns.
It's fine with me. I'm usually, the kind of person who's like, I'm helping.
Except you actually
says
help.
the person who's literally the glue holding half this stuff together.
Yeah.
Blissey!
Hello. Josh disappeared. Blissey appeared.
Yeah, for some reason I can't get my face to appear in the center or anywhere in this, so I'm just trying to manually add myself into OBS, so people don't actually, so people don't have to really squint and zoom in to see my expressions or anything. All right, so if I can just get it to work, because
Also, folks, Shay and I know has cameras that function. Sorry.
Oh, as I said, mine officially everything on my camera works.
Hey, technical, it doesn't work in Skype, therefore it doesn't work. Shush.
I know, but that's not even me being like overly technical. It is a weird and therefore kind of amusing story.
Yeah.
All right, but anyways, I think we have. Are we just delaying so Finn gets in?
Yes,
He
we
said
are.
he was almost ready.
He just said that he needed to get some water.
We don't need him drunk, dagnabbit. I will never let that die.
All right.
It's really funny. I hope it carries into the next series.
Well, actually, it was one of the finalists for funniest moments, so I guess you'll be having fingers crossed that it won.
Computer glasses, please come here.
All right.
You know how you reach for something, you kind of grab it, and then it scoots out of your reach.
Yeah.
I hate that.
All right. All right, so we got about 50 people in the stream now. Awesome.
Gloriousness.
Wave to the Doom flag.
I'm kind of rendering a TF2 episode right now. That's why I'm so late. So I was like, oh no.
I know it's fun.
How dare you?
So I might be lagging a little bit.
How dare you work?
How dare I?
I mean, it's kind of her default setting. Work.
Why doesn't anyone accept my sarcasm today?
We do. We're just sarcastically agreeing with it.
Yeah, that's about it.
I said
pretty much.
Anyways.
Sarcasm's my default mode, dagnabbit.
Oh, please. You've known me long enough to know that it's not just your default mode, lady.
No, your default mode is anal over technical.
Okay, see, that's why I'm late. I thought it was 3 p.m. Central, not Eastern. That's why I'm late.
It's fine.
Okay.
So when I got Ari's text, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, don't we usually like assign in the chat? Don't we usually assign the times in Central?
No,
Usually.
we usually
No.
do it in Eastern.
Oh, we do. Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
I must be thinking of a different chat then.
Oh, you know what you're
Maybe.
thinking of? You're
Wilds.
thinking of Shattered Wilds.
Ah,
that was
there
it.
we go.
I usually do that in Central Time so that it's
Okay,
easier for everybody to gauge.
And Pointy Ear Gang.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Pointy Ear Gang?
That's the
that's
one that
The
I'm.
Lost Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like we call it the pointy ear game because everybody has pointy ears.
Well,
Until Jeremy came in, everyone was going to speak that pointy ear. So the original title was the Pointy Ear Gang or PEG, which incidentally is my first word, so it actually kind of fit.
All right.
I'm not sure I needed that information.
Yeah.
well, I mean, when little baby Shay said Peg, it was cute.
Mostly because I kept hitting the pegs to my
Vinny!
ears. Hello.
Ah,
Hey, Vin.
Welcome, Vin.
Why the heck did that scare me?
and Ravnica. Okay. All right. So, I believe that is everybody. So I think we can finally get this post-campaign live stream started. Oh my gosh. How long has it
4 years.
Long
Or
enough.
bloody years.
Too long.
been?
And if I may, I'm not sure.
We're
to.
starting
I
already.
had to. I don't know if you want to do like introductions for everyone first, as is tradition, but I would like to, at least after that, open us up with the winners of the season 4 awards.
All right, all right, so let's do that. Let's start off with the awards, and then we'll get into some of the
Are we doing the introductions, then the awards?
well.
Do I have to get on my black dress?
Well, I think. Well, I mean, let's be honest. If you're here, if you're here on the live stream, you already know everybody.
True.
Yep.
And I see you guys are in
speaking
scenic
of-
Google Images.
Yeah.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yes.
knowing things, Josh, as well as the awards, I've also written down a list of which one of us was to blame for which scenes, so they'll know exactly who to murder.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Anyway, you ready for me to begin the awards?
go ahead.
Sure.
Okey-doke.
All right. So the award for best fight scene, our finalists were Faye versus Elvana, the
Ooh.
Heroes of Direction versus Venom, and the Party versus Asmodeus. And the winner is, with a 20/15 majority victory, the Party versus Asmodeus.
Yeah.
No
there we go.
surprise there. That was bloody epic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I think it's interesting that Faye versus Elvana got in the top 3. Like, I'm not saying that it was a bad fight or anything like that, but out of all of the ones that we had in season 4, Faye versus Elvana got in the top 3.
Yeah.
It was the
I-
only solo fight that got in.
Yeah.
That was a clincher because Faye was. I mean, technically Faye wasn't by herself, but she was by herself without us backing her up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was very anxiety for me.
May I offer forth why I think people would have found that much more exciting and loved that fight a lot more?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead, please.
Because screw Elvana.
True.
Oh man, it's like Shay and I had a lot of fun designing Elvana. It's
I think it's like I
Watching her die.
had fun designing her, and I think you had a lot of fun actually taking that design and bringing it to life.
yeah. It was it was fun to play her, but it was also I gotta admit it was also kind of uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I was literally trying to. It's like part of the. It's like literally on my notes. It says gaslight her. I'm like,
Oh.
Somebody in chat in reference to the fight went Kamehameha.
But that's kind of the line we were trying to walk with Elvana. This character that is both, deliciously evil, but also genuinely uncomfortable.
But wasn't she genuinely technically evil out of the entire party of Venom anyway? When you think about it, like, she had no problem doing this at all. In fact, she seemed to enjoy it.
It was also.
I mean, I would
Salem
argue
also didn't have much of a problem with it either.
Yeah.
I would argue that all of the Venom members were evil, but yeah, Elvana was definitely like the most sadistic out of all of them.
I disagree with Cruel. I don't think he was evil.
I kind of like my feelings about Cruel and even Valil as well is that basically that whole Doctor Who speech of sure you were nice to this one kid. That's how you justify it because every now and again when on the right moment you happen to be kind.
Only a killer would know that. That's my that's my favorite that's my favorite exchange of the night with the Ninth Doctor.
Yeah. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. For the crowning moment of funny, our finalists are Amber's makeover, the final chase scene, Cruel gets kicked in the D20s, and Ivan drunk on water.
Oh no!
Okay,
this is gonna be close.
So for Cruel's, I called it Cruel's vasectomy.
Please,
I saw
come
that.
Come on.
It was a funny name. I just made sure everything had the same name, just so it was easier to count. And the winner is, with an overwhelming 11/5 majority victory, the final chase scene.
Okay, I'm actually surprised. I was honestly betting on Ivan getting drunk on water.
I was
No,
actually-
I can tell you exactly why. It was the stark contrast with the moment before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Josh, I remember you were hesitant about trolling them like that. You were like, oh, but maybe it's a bit too mean. Do you think we should? No, we are doing this. We are making them think we're going to screw them over again.
Well, here's the thing. I actually thought it was going to be Amber's makeover scene, just for the juxtaposition of what the girls were doing and what the guys were doing.
Right.
That's
I have no
about...
problem with that, Lucy, to this. I honestly thought all of them were great.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously I'm biased with Ivan, so.
So should I dump out this goblet that I filled from the tap because I was going to toast with it?
Good idea.
Oh yeah, but I
Good idea, you lightweight.
Yeah, I still remember just as soon as the Amber's dress scene, what Amber's makeover scene was going on, I was like, oh, I gotta do this. I immediately went over to YouTube. I quickly downloaded that song, ripped it from the video, uploaded.
The middle of the freaking session.
Yes, I did that in the middle of the session. I was that desperate to get it in there.
Like it was seamless. Like if you hadn't told us that you rushed to grab it, we would not have known. It was that seamless, dude. It's like you went lightning speed at that moment.
I don't know what, but you had a very fast connection at that point.
He was channeling the rainbows.
But it's just like that's the strength of this campaign. When you just have so many moments where it's like any of these could easily be the winners. And that's going to become even more apparent because after I have done these awards, I'm going to be directing everyone in the chat to vote for the winners of the entire campaign, where I'm basically putting the winners of season 1, 2, 3, and 4 together on the voting list. For example, the best, because we just said it, the winner for the campaign's best fight scene is going to go down between the party versus the round 2 against the Balor, the party versus Bowser Ball, or the party versus Asmodeus.
Oh, we know what's going to win then.
Anyway, up next, crowning moment of Heartwarming. The finalists were Amber's makeover or Ivan's proposal.
Oh, no, that's cheating.
Oh,
Gee, I wonder which one's
fair.
gonna win.
And
You
the
already
winner-
know who won that one.
And
Yeah.
the winner is, with an overwhelming 33-3 majority victory, Ivan's proposal.
Yeah.
Ned!
That was a hand over fist victory.
Yeah.
I spent so much time writing that song because I wanted that to be just the perfect moment, because it'd been building up for so long. I didn't do it at the makeover scene. I didn't do it when we were on the road. I didn't do it when we were in the castle. I knew everybody had been waiting for it. I wanted it to be perfect, and I think it came out really well.
It did-
It was,
Oh, it was fantastic. Like, well done, dude.
Thank you.
and I'm
But-
gonna be self-indulgent. I'm glad that I figured it out before figured out exactly what it was up to before it happened, so I could contribute that art.
Thank you, Ellie, for visualizing that moment, by the way, and making it extra beautiful.
By the way,
Oh.
for the audience, you have no idea how long it got. We tried to get that thing to work.
Yeah. How much time did we cut out of that episode? Like
Or-
10 minutes?
Well, for that moment alone, I have to think it was at least 3 minutes just trying to get that song to work.
Yeah, that was a good old struggle because Roll20 is a bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
And we're moving to Foundry.
Plus, I remember accidentally interrupting at one point because I couldn't hear the song because Roll20 wasn't working for me. So I had no idea when you guys were done or not, and I'm sorry about that.
And again, I don't. It's not really your fault because you were just trying to do what you needed to do, but in order to hear and enjoy, So
Anyway, next.
Next category.
Up next, our biggest jaw dropper. Our finalists are Amber the Diamond Dragon, Ravus outplays Asmodeus,
Mhm.
Ravus's betrayal, or Simula's redemption.
Ooh, okay. Oh man, I think
Oh,
it's
those are
I
all
think it's
good.
the Diamond Dragon or Ravus's betrayal.
I'm thinking Rob's.
Wait, was Owen's reveal on that on those four?
This is only for season 4.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then I'm going Diamond Dragon lock for the win.
I
Okay.
honestly think Simula.
Actually say Simula.
Yeah, Simula.
And the winner is, with an 11-9
Oh,
close
that's
majority
close.
victory, Ravus's betrayal.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
That's a good one.
What was second place?
Simula's redemption.
Oh, okay.
I'm
See,
not
I
that
put-
happy.
I put
I think,
the Diamond Dragon. I just that moment was so good.
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Oh, no, it
was
was.
just like a diamond. It was so flawless it didn't even qualify for the voting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah,
Up
'cause-
next.
Yeah, both
Sorry.
of those, Simula's Redemption and Ravus's Betrayal, those were both some long game plays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about the Simula one later, if I may.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, up next, our scariest moment.
Oh, gee.
The contestants are Asmodeus takes Ravus's godhood, God King Ravus, or Ravus kills Ivan.
Ooh.
And the winner is, with a 10-7 majority victory, God King Ravus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty freaky.
100%. I like.
Ravus with DID. Not a good thing.
Nope.
With what, sorry? Oh, dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
thought DID stood for.
And I like how
stress.
every single one of those entries had Ravus somewhere in it, because you did a really good job as the antagonist, dude.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you very
made him
much.
scary.
you are very
And I'm
scary.
gonna hopefully I don't think she'll be in this chat at the moment because he's not up to speed with dogs in the show, but I do hope Katie sees this later on, because thing is, I really wanted to make sure that me playing Ravus in that scene did not come across as, silly instead of scary. So I actually went to kids like, please help me make sure that my, performance is on point for this scene. And
Yeah.
given everything, I'd say she helped. So thank you,
Yeah,
Katie.
yeah. Shout out to Midnight Sonata.
Love you, Katie.
Anyway, who wants to hear our crowning moment of awesome?
Oh.
I'll
do.
go for it.
Okay, the finalists are Amber's ascendance to Diamond Dragon, killing the Tarrasque, or the final blows on Asmodeus.
Killing the
Oh,
Tarrasque.
jeez.
I wanted to be
Blows
killed
on
in
Asmodeus.
Dang, I like all those things.
Killing the
And
Tarrasque.
the winner,
Either the first, the
and
second,
the
or the third.
winner is, with a close 10/8 majority victory, Amber becomes a Diamond
Yeah.
Dragon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Music. Okay.
Listen.
Music choice helped.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, okay, no,
I knew
I've
that
never
was a good
actually
idea.
heard that song ever, and ever since I heard it, I had to download it. I have it now. I listen on repeat when I drive. I love it so much because it gets me motivated and it makes me feel confident about myself. Also,
Aw.
they hit this from me so well. I had no idea this was going to happen.
Yeah. I
Okay,
remember.
see, the funny thing is, Josh and I both had two moments that we each did for Amber, and in both cases, the other one of us was like, "I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't do this," and we were like, "No, let's do this." Like, one of us was like, "We shouldn't do this. I don't think this is a good idea. I think we should do something else," and the other was like, "No, we are doing this. Just trust me. We need to do this."
Yeah.
And every time it's like, "Oh, thank God we actually did this."
Yeah.
Oh,
Like with
man.
me, it was like the Amber's ascendance. With Josh, it was Varag's death. Because like
Yeah.
Josh was like, "I don't know if we should do the Diamond Dragon scene. I'm not sure how it would work. Would Bliss even like it?" And I was like, "No, I really think she will. Like, I really think she's going to appreciate this. This just seems like
Yeah.
the culmination of a character arc." And vice versa. I was like, "I don't know, if we're putting Bliss too much with killing Varag, would it really be a good idea?" It was just like, "No, I have to do it. As a DM, I need to follow through this." And in
Yeah.
both cases, we were like, with Varag, I was like, "Okay, you're the DM," and Josh was like, with the Ascend, like, "Okay, I'm trusting you on this one." And in both cases, like, "Oh, thank God we actually did this."
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I kind of blame myself for this because I remember when I was explaining I think it was in game when it was myself, it was Jalaram, Rhyme, and Elistraya. We were talking about what was it? We were talking about Carson's avatar and the stuff that we needed for the element. And the moment I saw Gizzard of a White Dragon, is like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! That's how Josh is gonna do this." Like that. Like and for whatever, and when I saw, and again, I'm not sure if you picked up on that. It's like, oh crap, now I have to do that.
Well, it's on one hand, it was like, oh, I could still probably avoid it. Then you actually said it in a campaign. Well, shoot, now it's unavoidable.
Sorry, Blaine.
I mean, okay,
What's
I
the
know
joke?
Josh
Oh,
was
God.
really worried about that, and he was, and I know he poked me later on and asked me, "Am I okay?" Because that was hurting a personal note for me because, well, yeah, my father passed away almost 10 years ago, but I said, "No, I'm good." That was very, I guess the word is cathartic.
Yes.
It got some emotions out.
Yeah.
So
That's actually the literal definition of catharsis, so you got it right there.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of open heart surgery, sad tearjerker.
Oh jeez.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
This season was so depressing, man.
Oh,
You're
that's
welcome.
I love the characters so much.
Our finalists are the ghosts in the ceremony,
Oh,
Simula's death, and Varag's death.
oh.
And the winner is, with a narrow 11/9 majority victory, Varag's death, which we were just talking about.
Okay, yeah, Varag's death. Leading up to that, there was actually a lot of back and forth where not only was Shay unsure whether we should do it, I was also unsure that we should do it. Because it's just and it's for a really silly reason, because I kind of got suckered into the whole unpredictability means good sort of drivel that a lot of critics are peddling right now, but yeah, but it's just I still remember the conversation, and I'm glad this happened, because I was saying, I don't know, it's just like I want to surprise them, but it's just like it's so obvious now that it's going to happen. It's like I don't know what to do. And then Shay metaphorically grabbed me by my shoulders and started shaking me and said, "It's predictable because it's the right thing to do."
Yeah. As I said before, you never want to go Vince Russo, who was once described as if he were a pizza shop, you'd order a pizza from him and you'd get a newspaper. Oh, it's not what you expected, but what a shock! What a twist!
If I would say one thing, Rose's funeral was probably
out of the whole like series, I think that's probably up there.
That just made me depressed and angry at once.
And then seeing her again in the ending ceremony with the goats, I think that moment alone could have made the list. And not even all the goats, just that one alone, because that brought me to tears.
It actually, for many people, it did. I kind of bundled it together with the Ghost of the Ceremony, because Ghost of the Ceremony for a while was really up there, and I felt that it, it deserved to go together. Like Rose's funeral was also one that was voted for. It just didn't get as many votes as the finalists.
Yeah.
The thing with Rose, when Rose showed up, that was when I could not stop myself from crying.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite one with that ceremony was Ari's reaction to Ryan's parents. Just a no, no, no.
Yeah, she knew what was coming.
The second that he said a drow man and a human woman, we're like, no, you're not doing this to me.
And he did it. How long did he sleep on the couch after that occurred?
Well, I think there's still an impression of his butt on here somewhere.
My favorite moment from that.
Ari, don't lie to us. After a moment like that, you would have been cuddling him the entire night.
Yeah. It's because the ghost thing. I actually didn't consult with Shay about that. I surprised him too.
I had no idea about that. Like that was all 100% all Josh.
Yeah, I came up with it like at the last minute, like a day before the final. I'm like, just trying to get it in, write all the dialogue. Ah!
Know the struggle.
Yep. What are you saying, Ari?
No, actually, I was gonna say, Voice wanted to say something.
I still think my favorite moment in the ghost reveal, Varag and Caladrius flipping each other off.
Yes!
Oh, that was great.
So funny.
But Josh, just with Ari's reaction, how proud are you as a DM that you can actually just have your players be that invested, that they will have just those literal raw emotions over something happening to a fictional character?
It's the greatest, man. It is.
I know.
It's oh my god,
champion, dude.
It's just the feeling that something I made affected someone in this way. It's just. It's incredible. It's just like it feels like it's just kind of proof, like visual, tangible proof that I'm having an impact. Yeah.
You have touched many people, Josh.
Ari, don't get jealous. She means metaphorically.
If they hadn't been Oblivioned, I wonder if Cruel and Soren would have shown up there.
See,
maybe.
By the way,
Soren,
this is another thing that Josh didn't actually consult with me on, and that's the whole: are they really Oblivion? Because something that what's her name, Mistress says at the end implies maybe they weren't, and I'm kind of fine leaving that ambiguous. Like, were they completely obliviated, or is there something left that can be helped or saved, or was she just saying that, or was she just saying that to, be nice, like, let them believe that there might be hope and not crush their dreams? I like that ambiguity.
That is what we have a tinfoil hat chat for.
And it's like, for me, it's like, as long as Ravis thinks that there's no chance of him ever seeing his friends back, that was the important part that was needed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Ravis being the stubborn bastard he is, he'd be like, okay, I just need to bring them back, and then, round 2. No, he had to believe that he had lost everything permanently.
As long as Ravis hurts, it's all good.
Pretty much.
That's about what I'm getting from this.
Well,
a good
it's not
philosophy.
out of like a vindictive or cruel sense. It's more of it's the idea that in order for Ravis to realize what he was doing was wrong, he had to have everything shattered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Like-
get it, but I'm also me.
All right.
Yeah, good point.
Next
Anyway, next one.
category.
The best NPC of season 4.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
gee, I wonder who's gonna win this one.
Our contestants are Hana, Kyla, my personal method for torturing voice, also known as Nora, and Alidamara.
Ooh, Mara.
And the
Tough.
winner is, with a 7/6 majority victory,
Wow, that's close.
Hana.
Yep.
Woo!
That was second place.
Everybody loves
Up
Hana.
next,
Who was
Who was
second
second?
place?
Wait, no, who was second?
Kylam.
Of course, yay.
Wait, really?
Yep.
They
Your
like
recurring
the-
gag was quite
popping up-
endearing, it seems.
Okay.
They like it popping up all over the place, babe.
Your freaking perception filter.
By the way, the whole Kylan pops up everywhere. That was Josh's idea as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a okay.
I'll look around to see if I can find my shocked face.
So yeah, Kylum, Josh incarnate. Oh yeah, it's because I'm a lurker.
See, the thing is, he actually based that aspect of Kylum off of Kellum from Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes. Basically, Kellum
yeah.
is a character in Fire Emblem Awakening that represents sort of the knight character that in the Fire Emblem franchise,
it!
nobody uses the knight character.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
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 I just realized. You know my welcome to show as abridged stuff?
Come on, hold on, Shay. It's like Ari was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
But basically, in Fire Emblem Awakening, Kellum is... Nobody notices him, even though he's a huge hunk of armor. To the point where I forget he's a character sometimes. And so
Is that a
that's
suit of armor walking around?
Yes!
Yeah.
It's like, but, I mean, he's a dude in a big hunk of armor, but, like, nobody remembers he's there.
I didn't know we were playing Spirit Tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I kind of just took the idea of that, and I kind of used the D&D mechanics, like the rogue of the rogue mechanic. What's it called? Hide in plain sight. Yeah, I just trying to make it as just like describing him as the most generic looking person on the planet. He does not look out of place anywhere, and.
So you made her
Meanwhile-
Bonbon.
Yeah.
Made him Bonbon, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've taken that concept of a completely generic-looking character and made him a psycho killer. Hi, Saber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's so yeah.
I'm a little-
So Kylam was a lot of fun because I gotta just like. I know I wasn't actually, annoying Ellie, but I'm glad that she played. I'm glad that you played along.
Now, Kylan was freaking hilarious.
You sold it
I'm-
well.
I'm a little surprised that Hana made it because there were so many good NPCs this season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, obviously Nora, but like Murphy and Sylvester. I thought they were going to be on there, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Hana
again,
wins
it's
just
just-
because I think like her development and the characterization you gave her is just
Yeah.
is a huge standout from like all the other ones that came out. Not that the other ones are bad, but just what you gave Tom, what you did through Hana is just so memorable that it could not win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so another thing, I saved Josh's butt with Hana.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I remember.
Ah, yes.
Tell the story.
So Amber, Blissey, you were not supposed to try and kill yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like we know, and we're proud of you for playing a character. Okay, we're proud of you, but at the same time, panic. Oh no, this is gonna ruin all our plans. What are we gonna do? Okay,
That said,
okay. It's a Hail Mary. Ari, help me!
that said, I gotta say this, Josh, and I'm
So,
putting this on
here's the
myself.
thing. I did not want to go through with it, obviously, because, yeah, a part of me was like, wait, this is an opportunity to, even if it's not a real father, this is an opportunity for metaphorically me feeling like I'm saving my father. So I'm going to do that. And that hurts, because I liked Amber. I love Amber. And
Aw.
and I didn't want to get rid of her, but it's like, in my head, if I had to give my life to save a loved one, whether that be one of the kids in our family, one of my siblings, I would. And I do the same for my dad too. So that was what was going through my head. That's just my moral, that's my moral line. But then,
that's the thing.
Hail Mary.
I gotta say this, Josh, and I'm putting this, and don't worry, I'm putting this on myself as well. How the Bartor did we not see that coming? Like, what possessed us to think, hey, if we put Amber in a situation where it's either kill herself or kill a loved one, that she wouldn't sacrifice herself? She's a lawful good hero character. What were we not thinking?
I would have, and she would have too. Yes, she would not have willingly. Yep. All right, I guess I'll see y'all in hell.
Also, the thing is, you basically kind of accidentally made the same sort of mistake with Rose. With Shiloh. You basically just...
How do we keep not seeing that stuff coming, Josh?
But I'm glad it worked out, but that was... I didn't know he was gonna pull me in there, so...
Yeah, it could have been an utter disaster, and it turned out wonderful.
Heartbreaking, but wonderful.
A heartbreaking audible, as it were.
Yeah, yeah, I remember typing out the night before. It's like I remember typing out into our group chat that I was actually crying writing some of the dialogue.
But if Amber had killed herself, you wouldn't have done we wouldn't have gotten the stuff.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Again,
was
I kind of
telling
blame
me
myself for that.
what a bad idea that would have been if I did off Amber like that. But in that moment, guys, I'm not thinking about the future.
No.
Read that.
If you had offed Amber like that, it actually probably would have been very epic, but we just wouldn't have gotten, the rest of the good moments of the season.
Yeah, true.
All right, next category.
Also,
Yes.
I would protest.
Yes.
Yeah.
For obvious
One quick thing
reasons.
for the next category. The reason I went damn it before is I just realized there's a scene in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge that is a perfect fit for Kylam and Faith Thurin, and I just wish that I had remembered it so I could have put it in the Welcome to the Show as a Bridge quotes thing. Curse me!
All
Anyway,
right, next category.
Next category. The best Venom member.
Okay.
The finalists are Elvana, Cruel, and Valil.
Okay.
And
Elvana.
the winner is, with a narrow 19/18 majority victory,
Whoa.
Valil.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
As in
man.
literally, Cruel and Valil were tied until someone put a vote in yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is how much of a buzzer beater that was.
Wow.
Alrighty then.
Sorry,
I'm
Doug.
not gonna lie. I think Valil's whole conflicted, kind of whole conflicted arc about which side he thinks he's truly on, and kind of having these feelings that the Drow wouldn't allow him to have, and realizing, hey, I can think for myself. I don't have to be part of this hive mind kind of thing. I think that was just a really great, story arc for him. And it also kind of gave both me and Zhao kind of something we could merge on and something we could both think about together and work together on and all that kind of stuff. And he even got a little bit of he's still going to jail, but he'll have more of a redemption later on kind of feel at the end. Kind of a bittersweet ending for him. And, it was really nice.
A lot of his famous lines.
By the
There's
way,
something interesting about. Sorry.
So, by the way, I meant to ask. So, what exactly was the conversation during the Gemini's Heroes versus Venom fight? What was the conversation what was the responses? Because we never got what those responses were.
Yeah, we never actually saw that.
Do we still, Josh? Do we still have that?
The responses?
Yeah,
the conversation, the mental conversation between Ivan and Valil during the Venom versus Heroes battle.
Good gracious. That's I could bring that up, but it's going to take a bit.
Yeah, it's back in the archives of Roll20.
Yeah, it's
I mean, if you want to search for it, I can keep going with the awards.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, up next, Season 4's most improved player. The contestants the finalists were Aramau, Finn the Pony, Lightning Bliss, and Voice of Reason.
Really?
Voice.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 12/5 majority victory, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3-way tie. And Lightning Bliss are all our most improved players of Season 4.
Sorry, who was the three? I didn't hear.
Aramau, Finn the Pony, and Lightning Bliss.
Oh, okay.
Are our most improved players of Season 4.
All right, then I'm gonna put Josh on the limelight here. Josh, break the vote.
Josh is the most improved.
Who improved the most between Season 3 and between the beginning and end of Season 4?
We need the DM buzzer beater answer right now.
Do it.
Or if he's too occupied, I guess.
Oh,
I
jeez, I just see it. He just left the stream. I just see it now.
He just yeeted out.
Oh, he's gone.
Well, I guess we have to go to the second best of Vice GM's buzzer beater.
Can always ask Doc.
Yeah, Doc.
Yeah,
Doc can break the vote.
What do you think, dude?
Impartial party.
Oh wow!
Say that again.
Oh, wow! Thanks.
Break the vote, Doc. Which of the
Between
three?
Aramau, Lightning Bliss, and Finn, who do I think improved most as a player?
In Season 4, yes.
Yeah. Oh, thinking mode.
Oh, he's in thinking mode.
Oh,
Well,
there
I'm
we
scared.
I was thinking hard about it.
You're scary, you know that, Doc?
People in the comments have been saying that I look intimidating just sitting here being silent the whole time. I've seen like half a dozen comments just scrolling up. Like people keep saying, this scares me. Doc isn't saying anything.
He
But
likes to
He
listen.
thinks hard
I'm
about it.
trying to think, and given all the circumstances that I remember most, I believe that if I had to pick between the three, I would go with Aramau on that one.
Yay!
Personally, I would go with Finn.
Actually, I would say the same.
See, the thing
Like-
is, I would have gone with voice.
What, really?
I voted for Voice too. I think he really stepped up with the whole leadership thing.
Yeah, that's literally why.
I think it's most improved character, not really most improved player.
Well, hey, you did you did a ton of behind the scenes planning with the battle strategy and everything like that,
Exactly.
and the speeches. You did a lot of work, man.
Yeah, because I had free time.
Yeah, still,
Like
it's
the thing,
effort.
like bear in mind, me not picking voice is no offense, and same with the other ones. It's like, for my opinion. Oh, by the way, I just need to say this. Thanks for throwing me on the bus a second ago, guys. Hey, I could give my opinion as the vice GM. So, Doc, what's your opinion?
Well, Shay, thank you for saying that. I appreciate
It
that.
got
Yeah,
him to talk, didn't it?
Good, touche. Bless, touche. But I was just gonna say, it's like with Aramau and voice, like for me, in my opinion, they have always been this good, and this season was just a chance to really show it. Lightning Bliss, she has been, just improving at a rapid pace since season 1. Finn, for me, was really the most improved of season 4, because season 4 really felt like the moment he went, you know what? I've been doing I've been doing good with Ivan as he is, but no, this season I really want to focus on developing Ivan's character, and I think it really paid off. So that for me is why I think Finn is like most improved.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, funny thing about the improving character thing. Again, I have about free time. When I was working at what the heck is that?
A wild Dogai appears.
Hey, doggy.
Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, going back to one moment in, I think it was right just before the Taras battle. I was just in the back of my mind while I was at work, it's like, what the heck does that square art thing he's talking about? And I realized, wait, Josh likes anagrams, so I'm just Googling at work. It's like, okay, is it a trade or something? It's like, no, I'm missing a letter. It's like, oh wait, no, there are 2 letters. Like, no. You're not allowing us to go against that, are you?
I remember,
by the way,
I remember that at one point you came to me to see if I could figure out what was going on, and then when you figured it out, you were like, okay, so it's, I don't know, I can't tell you what it is, but I figured it out, and we're in trouble.
And what was I going to say? I was going to say, following up on what Shay was talking about, he is right in his analysis. I really did, because I'm glad that I was the one that people could lean on if they needed emotional support or a diplomat or someone to talk to or whatever. But I also wanted him to realize that can't be his default setting all the time. He needs to explore the world and see that there's other emotions to do, other emotions to feel, and other things to see, and all that other kind of stuff. And then when something so, emotionally exhausting and just anger-filled hits him all at once, which is this whole adventure, he finally understands, it's okay to feel mad, it's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to choose to be happy. It's not your only option. You can choose to be happy. And I think that's really special.
One of my favorite things in long-running series like this is looking back at older moments, knowing what happens later and just thinking of the contrast. And the contrast between Ivan's just fury at Ravus versus season 1's, I have half a mind to call you a meanie, and that's about as nasty as my character gets.
Yep. Because he didn't know anything back then. It's that's all he knew. So, but
it's it is like that ProZD skit of no, sorry, no friend. It's like, oh, soon you'll be the deceased of the party. Oh no.
No, actually,
Anyway.
You know what that reminds me of, and Ari will get a kick out of this. That the Vincent Price sketch in yeah, she gets it from the Muppet Show. At midnight, I turn into a horrible, hideous beast, and then I get mean.
He turns into a horrible, hideous beast, and then I get mean.
Now, because you brought up Vincent Price, I'm really sad that Katie's not in the chat.
Yes.
Oh man, she would be so mad at all of us.
I still can't believe that the horror person thinks that voice is scary.
No,
I want you to
the
do something
horror person is 100% correct.
He can be creepy when he wants to.
Really? I really, when I do it, I think it's kind of goofy.
It depends on the character he's playing, I think.
Yeah. All right. Are there any more words?
Words?
Yes. Oh, yes. I thought you. Yes. Awards. I heard you said any more words. Yes, there are. Up next, funniest antagonist.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
Our finalists are Asmodeus, Cruel, and Valil.
Please let me.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 22-11 majority victory, Valil.
Oh.
Really?
Is it because he went harder, Mommy? Is that?
Yeah.
Just on that moment.
By the way, I'm just going to. By the way, I'm just going to say that was all Josh. That was entirely Josh. You have no one to blame for that, Ari, except your husband and possibly Aeon, but mostly your husband.
Josh is dying. I can see it on the screen.
I wanted Cruel because the moment in the fight.
That was more me. That was more me than
As soon
that
as
was more my opportunity.
As soon as I said that, I cringed. It's just like, I mean, it's what the character would say, but it's just like, when I said it, I'm just like, oh, I feel dirty. Oh, why did I say that? Oh.
And I remember making it worse. And I remember making it worse for Ari by adding one word to that sentence. Canoodle me harder, mummy.
No! and then y'all made an animatic out of it. And
I apologize for nothing.
Anyway, relating to the Vincent Price thing, and in complete contrast to that category, up next, our scariest antagonist.
Right.
Okay, before you even say the finalists, I truly and honestly hope Elvana actually wins it. Because even though God King Ravis and Asmodeus had the highest stakes, Elvana was the most personally scary.
Yeah.
That
I also,
probably gets harder for a lot of people.
And the finalists are Asmodeus, Elvana, and Ravis.
All right.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 20-12 majority victory, Elvana.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that Soren didn't get up there because I worked really hard on him.
He was good.
Again,
I liked him. I like Soren.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just put it this way: so many of the characters in this series are basically, if it had been any other series, they would have swept it. But this is a series where a 9 out of 10 somehow ends up being a below average score.
Oh no! I've become the gaming industry.
You've become your worst enemy, Josh.
No!
Anyway, up next, our least interesting antagonist.
I know who's win this one.
Yeah.
The
$10
finalists-
says it's Zaylin.
The finalists are General Krista,
Oh.
Sorn, and Zaylin.
Sorn?
To be fair, not a lot of people voted for it, but yeah, apparently Sorn got 3 votes.
Okay.
And the winner is, with a 21-15 majority victory, it kind of gives it away the fact that people had forgotten he existed, General Krista.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the thing about Christor. He was a victim of he was a villain of circumstance.
Yeah.
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 In any other campaign, he would be the main villain.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he was just up against,
Yeah, he
the
was
forces of personality that was the Drow Squad.
Yep.
Well, which is a shame because I liked his concept, a soldier who fought for the side of good until,
all it takes is one bad day.
Yeah, better said there.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it's like General Krista. It's again, it just goes what I was saying before. And Voice is right. General Krista is a great villain. It's just, he is an A tier villain in a sea of A double plus tier villains, if I may say so myself, having been the guy who created most of these. Well, mostly created all of them.
Right, Shay?
Sorry, what?
No ego stroking, right, Shay?
I can't deny it. I'm stroking my ego here a lot.
But in any case, see, the thing, maybe it's, I thought Zaylan was going to win it because, what do we know about him? I don't think we even know, like, what he's a cleric of. Meanwhile, Chris...
Narrow.
Yeah,
Who?
it was in the it was in the backstory video.
Barely.
Yeah.
But Krister, I think for me, Krister meant more because that was my first session, as a player, I guess. So
True.
Yeah, it was difficult because it was difficult to cram all these forces of personality just to give them all the screen time. Just it was really, really hard. It's just like it felt as bloated as Infinity War, I gotta say.
Actually, honestly, it feels more like you're trying to cram all personality. It's almost like a Full Metal Alchemist. You have all this personality, huge cast characters, but the ones that stick out are going to be the homunculi and our main characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to get to that get to something around that in a little bit. But you were saying, Ari?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, and of course, in complete contrast, the best villain of season 4, and as you would expect, it comes down to the two main antagonists, Asmodeus and Ravus.
All right.
There was no third. There was no third one.
There was a third one, but it was so, and that was Elvana technically got third, but it was so low down that it really just comes down to Asmodeus and Ravus.
Okay.
Like,
Well, she still won for Scariest, though, which is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and the winner is, with an overwhelming 35-9 majority victory.
Over 9.
Ravus.
Wow.
Yay! Right.
I'm not surprised.
Wow.
Hey, shit.
Sorry, Josh.
Aw.
Huh.
I like Asmodeus.
He's the most. I'm terrified of him. I keep the whole best villain. Okay, it's Asmodeus. Nope. Okay, apparently he is to me. Because I was terrified of him. That guy gave me nightmares, Josh.
Would bring bad luck to the team. It's like, that's scary.
No, I have nightmares about this guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just didn't share it because I was embarrassed.
Aww.
We're actually proud of that.
I'm still
that'd be
deciding.
terrifying.
I'm still deciding whether or not I'm proud of that.
It's the way Josh presented him. He had a scheming undertone, and yet there was a moment in time where there was a hint of I'm doing this for the greater good, and that's what made him even more terrifying.
Yeah.
But then it's like, and then I click back to it. Oh, you are full of it. You're lying, and I don't like it when deities lie. And
Thing is, I don't think he was from his perspective.
Yeah.
He says
Then-
he was doing it for the greater good. Okay, the greater good for who?
Then why the heck are you running around wearing with an evil laugh, stealing people's souls and laughing like a maniac? Does that sound like a hero?
How-
Well,
Well,
when you put
like
it
that,
that
not
way.
really. Then what the heck, man? What
It's
the
like-
actual heck?
It's like greater good for who? Yourself? It's not the greater good for my friends. It's certainly not the greater good for my father or me. So tell me why.
Yeah, well,
Weird, 'cause now I'm reminding him. Okay, this is probably just coincidence since the DuckTales finale just aired recently. Spoilers, but yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Bradford.
The greater good for what? I don't know. just good.
Also,
Tell
the
me
okay, but
why
yeah,
it ain't nothing
if
but
I get into the core of why Asmodeus scared me the most, it's because of the fact that Amber owed a favor, and I literally had no idea what he was going to ask. And to me, that plays on my fear of
Yeah.
not being in control.
Yeah. For
Also,
a while, I didn't know what Asmodeus was gonna ask.
My enemies never know what I'm going to do. And be fair, neither do I.
And it certainly didn't help that when that whole thing came out, and I was asking other D&D players like Kichi or Solar, on a scale of 1 to, oh, I am severely screwed, how screwed am I? And they all said, oh, you are beyond screwed. Okay, I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Nope. Aww.
Also to what do you call it? To add on to what Ellie was saying, I want it that way.
Number five did it.
But that said, I'm sorry that it's not like the popular choice for you guys, but I am glad that I am proud to get the reward for that. The character I got the reward for best villain.
Oh yeah. The thing about Ravus was that he was a villain that we had to be very, very careful with.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of lines, and a lot of it was because we kind of felt it's like, even though that our overall nebulous goal with Ravus was the same, we just want him to be a good antagonist. Our means of getting there and what we felt was good was a subject of very heated debate.
Indeed. And sometimes I think we had this, even some of you had the same. It was one of those things of two people are blind and one is standing and there is a fruit basket in between them. One of them sees the fruit basket is behind them, and so he says they need to, and he knows that he needs to take a step back. And the other person knows the fruit basket is in front of them, and he knows he needs to take a step forward. But what they don't know is that the other person isn't right next to them. So one person says, step forward to the fruit basket, because he thinks that his partner is right next to him. But his partner knows that if he steps forward, he'll be going away from the fruit basket. So he says, step back. Both of them are right. Both of them, it will get them close to the fruit basket, but they don't know that because they think the other person is looking at from the same direction they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ravus was a tricky one.
Oh yeah, he was very tricky, because when he first came to me with the idea of Ravus, it's like being on the ally side and then turning coat later. It's like, it was an idea I was very, very excited about. And yeah, it was something that I really wanted to throw in there, because even though I felt confident, it's like you probably guys have noticed that I did a lot of experimentation with this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Quite.
Yeah, I did a lot of experimentation just to kind of see, and more often than not, the things I threw in there worked.
Yeah.
So thankfully, but so yeah, and it took me a while to realize that I have a bad case of shiny.
Oh yeah. I'll just say this now, in case I forget. There was one idea that I remember you had for season 4, and I'm not going to say what it was because I am 99% sure you'll be using it for Shadows of the Old World. But Josh came to me with this idea, and he was adamant that we use this idea in season 4, and I just said outright, no, do not use this. Like, for your own sake, for the sake of your campaign, do not use this. But why? It's a really good idea. Yes, it is a really good idea. That's the problem. This is an idea that is worthy of a campaign by itself. You put it in season 4, and you'll be forced to give a watered down version of it because it will be competing for attention with everything else. Save it for the love of all that is holy.
All right. So, are there any more awards?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Up next, Best Animal Companion. We have the 3-time winner Lucid going up against Tantamile. By the way, for now, I think I'll just run through the awards just so we can go on.
Yeah.
Sorry. The winner for Best Animal Companion with a overwhelming 29-17 majority victory, Tantamile.
Yeah,
Kitty!
Kitty wins.
Combo breaker.
Lucid didn't really get to do much during season 4.
Mm.
Be
Up
right
next.
back.
Tantamile always knew exactly what to say to be adorable, and I love that.
Up next, the best fighter of season 4. The finalists were Amber, Jalaram, and Jaminia.
Okay.
And the winner is with an overwhelming 24-10 majority victory. She takes the crown as a 4-time winner, Amber.
All right.
Up next, the best magic user. It came down to Owen and Faye Thurin. And with, again, an overwhelming 24-12 majority victory, and she keeps her streak alive, 4-time winner, Faye Thurin.
Yay for Faye.
For best couple,
Amber and Ivan.
Ivan versus Faye Thurin and Jalaram, and the winner is with a 25-21 majority victory.
That was close.
The best couple of season 4, Faye Thurin and Jalaram.
What?
3
Oh!
times, making them once again 4-time winners.
I'm shocked.
Really?
Hey, there you go.
I think it's because of the baby. I think it's because of the baby.
Oh, it's totally the baby.
The
You guys
baby.
cheated.
The baby.
Up next, the Chuck Norris Memorial Reward for Biggest Badass.
Well, he wasn't here.
It comes down to Amber versus Owen, and the winner is with a
Amber.
17-11 majority victory, Amber.
Yeah.
Okay.
The win.
Did y'all forget what he did to the Tarask?
Now,
Did
apparently
you forget
so.
the
I've been like,
turning
what?
Diamond Dragon?
Oh, okay. I get Diamond Dragon, but Tarask.
Well, Diamond Dragon.
I think you're both equals in that regard when it comes to it.
Tarask.
I had a feeling that it was going to be Amber because, well, Dragon.
Diamond Dragon thing probably just stole the show, but still, Tarask.
Up next, our second last category, the You're Welcome Fans Award for Hottest Character. The finalists are Faye Thurin, Jalaram, and surprisingly, Ravus.
Okay. Oh
Weird.
no.
All right.
And the winner is, with an 11-4 majority victory, Faye Thurin.
Heck yeah.
As a 3-time winner, welcome to the show's hottest character.
For the record, Faye is very pretty.
Yeah.
We also had
And-
an Atomatic just come out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Go look it up.
And-
Go look at it on Ellie's channel.
Finally, the winner of Season 4's Best Party Member,
Oh
the
no.
finalists are Ivan, Jalaram, Jaminia, and Owen.
Ooh.
See,
And the
I'm,
winner is,
I'm personally rooting for Jalaram.
with a 13-9 majority victory, the
Jalaram.
best party member of Season 4, Jalaram.
Oh!
I knew it. General Jalaram had to be it.
He was the
You know-
freaking clan champion.
And now, Guys, is there a way for me to put a link into the pin a link into the chat or something?
Not pin. I could put it into the description.
Yeah,
we have Cat.
Because I will send this to you, Josh. Because now I want to link everyone to voting for the winners of the entire campaign, and I'd like to read that out at the end of the stream.
Okay. Righty then.
I've put the link in, my friend. I have put. Wait. Actually, give me a second. I want to make sure that. Okay. Yep. It's also good. The links are available. I didn't want to.
I said there was a kitty.
Which kitty?
Sorry, I was watching I'm watching the stream, like the actual stream. Kitty.
But yes,
I think you
Josh,
hit her happy place.
All right.
if you can put, if you put it into the description,
Working on it.
live chat will be able to access it. Yes.
Yep. And I have put it in.
Okay.
I have saved. So you might want to hit refresh if it doesn't automatically update for y'all in the chat
Everyone
currently.
in the chat, please.
Oh, we all get to
go
vote. Okay.
place your votes. We will read them out at the end of the stream.
Oh,
I will read
okay.
them at the end
Harry, baby. Harry.
of the stream. So, Josh, would you like me to share now whose idea each scene was?
Sure.
Okay, so the party arriving in Ernion and the whole "you really don't want to go home right now." That was my idea.
Ooh.
Jaminia getting put into the astral diamond. Arden's having you guys meeting Arden's family, and especially Rose's funeral. That was Josh's idea.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing of the party having been gone for 12 years and Directy and Sabaton being at a civil war, probably obvious at this point. That was my idea. So the premise of season 4 was my idea.
Yeah.
Now, the details of things like General Krista and the details of how, this would be revealed, that was Josh. Like, General Krista was Josh's idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the least liked villain was my idea.
Least interesting by comparison.
I'm being cheeky.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Anyway. What?
I just got to the last question on the quiz.
We lost Ari.
Ari, come back
to light.
Oh.
Okay.
Who do I vote for?
Anyway.
Anyway, regarding what the first session of season 4.
Hey, Josh, could you maybe take your wife an inhaler or something, please?
Yeah.
So, Jalaram having a stalker and the whole they find a cloak in his bedroom. That was my idea. Now, Gatlas being destroyed in Eleanor's grave. This was a funny thing because the premise was my idea. However, in my initial pitching of the scene, I thought it made more sense that the party would find Gatlas having been destroyed a long time ago. Because I felt like it should have been the first casualty of the war, being a neutral ground. But Josh was like, no, we need to make it a recent destruction. They need to find Gatlas on fire. And yeah, his version of it was a lot better.
Yeah, and when you played the instantly when you played the music from Mulan, is like,
yeah, that the Mulan music was his idea too.
Yeah, I put that in for many reasons. But it's probably a very small one was the fact that it happens to be Ari's favorite Disney movie, but whatever.
Mulan is good movie.
that, oh my gosh, that entire scene. Just
Ooh, yeah.
oh my god, like having not known that Valil was a bad guy, I was ready to kill somebody. Like Jalen was ready to kill something.
Yeah, it's just yeah, that was that was yeah, you took to that very very well, boys. And I'm so happy that you got fully immersed and ooh.
Like
I'm glad
your
when you
performance
got
there was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm glad when you guys play along. It really yeah, it's really good. It's just like, okay, I'm not a complete failure.
No,
Yeah.
you were never a failure, dude.
Yeah.
Like you got to give yourself credit there, dude. It's like you give us reason to play along. Like yes, we sell it, but you yourself make the offense convincing.
Yeah. You provided the elements to kind of get us invested in the first place, and then we followed afterwards. So
speaking of which, things that were Josh's idea. Phoenix Ward was Josh's idea. I think Ari might have helped him with that.
That was actually Ari's idea, not mine.
Although
Okay.
the names being named after towns in Fable, that was him.
Yeah.
Ivan returning to Cumelis, Josh and Ivan worked on that. And
Oh yeah.
the fudging Necronaut was all him.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah, that's his
favorite
favorite
D&D.
character.
That is my favorite D&D monster of all time.
Thing almost ate Jalarum.
Yeah. that is my favorite D&D monster.
What is it with you and sadomasochism when it comes to D&D?
He's a joke.
It's you're a dungeon master too. It comes with the territory.
Uh-oh, we lost Finn.
I'll be back.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Finny!
Finilus Punilus?
Fit.
I think we could continue on with the scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay. Sorry. Up next. The Drow using the whole thing of the Drow using Ima's teleporter and the party finding and everything that was written in the notebooks. That was my idea. Plus Ravus's betrayal. Obviously, yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah.
Was it really? I
Oh,
never
yeah.
saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the party being saved by old allies like Baleen and Amata, that was my idea, especially them being saved by Baleen, because I just wanted to have them to have that moment of, holy cow, Baleen's a badass in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
because
And he's back.
yeah, there he is.
Sorry, guys.
Finny!
My computer overheated and shut off for a quick second.
Oh no! Are you okay?
Uh-oh. I'm good. It's just it wasn't plugged in, but it's fine now.
All right, now
So-
all right, I'm sorry. Now I'm paranoid.
because I just remember, like, originally the whole time skip thing, we hadn't planned it, but then we realized, wait, they'll be in hell for a long time. What would have happened if wait, we could work with this, a time skip story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, though Enzio being with the Saviors, that was actually Josh's idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Enzio was one of my favorite characters to kind of like design and act with. Is because
Made him Batman.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, which is funny. One of my favorite scenes from one of the animated Superman is just when Green Lantern and Batman are talking in the sewer. It's just like, geez, did someone forget to take their true blood? I'm not a vampire. Wait, seriously?
I hate that movie, but that's beside the point.
Oh no, the movie is indeed not that great.
Yeah.
Which
But
movie?
Justice League War.
Yeah, Justice League War.
I-
It's not great, but
watch Lego
there
Batman
are some small gems of comedy in there.
There are.
Hashtag Lego Batman is the best Batman movie. Sorry.
Anyway, the next stuff actually had a lot from me. Nora was actually entirely my creation.
Yeah.
the whole storyline with her being Jalarum's fangirl, her, having he killed her mum, she killed his, but she doesn't know that, the man who killed her parents and her idol are the same person. I didn't like that because, for me, it made it more tragic that she didn't know. Because if I turned her into I knew who you were all along and I pretended to like you, it could make it easier to be like, okay, well, you're just a vindictive, horrible person. I now have free reign to hate you. But her actually genuinely admiring Jalarum, for me, that I felt that twisted the knife in even further.
Yeah, I still love the. It's like, you're Jalarum, the Dishonor Brigade. Sylvester told me so much about you. Can I have a lock of your hair?
Oh yeah,
she was fun. She was so much fun She was fun to be a. It was fun to be a fangirl.
I think that Nora was the first NPC that I actually did art of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Just like with Ravus, Nora was a fine line to walk because she had to be a character that you would actually like, that you would actually feel, as you would actually have that feeling of, I don't want her to be a bad guy. I don't want Jalarum and Nora to fight, because if Nora had been annoying, and one of the things we said at the start is there will be no love triangle. There will be no love triangle.
No.
Make her a Faither and Jalarum shipper. Otherwise, that we will basically be putting her into the kill her and now please category.
Yeah, that was something that I had no problems agreeing to.
Yeah, but it's if Nora had been annoying, then the twist of she killed Jalarum's mum wouldn't have been or Jam killed her mum wouldn't have been oh no, it would have been oh cool, now I have an excuse to get rid of her.
Yeah. No, I think it did a good balancing act with Nora.
Yeah, actually, I remember when we were doing the crime scene, doubling, we were going through the backwards moments, and we were, I think I got it on the first, or second try that Nora was the culprit.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize until I think it was after that when she had the ring of glibness.
Yeah.
That she lied to Enzio.
You'd want to know what I find most ironic about the whole thing with Nora and Jalarum? That Faye kind of wound up adopting Nora after everything was said and done.
In a way.
Faye and Jal just sort of, they should be the new orphanage or the home for wayward children.
That's not actually a bad idea.
It's like you see a small child, you're mine now. This is a small must protect.
I kind of did that anyway. Just ask Dogi.
But I think voice also really helped with that by having.
I know.
What did he do?
But again, voice really helped with that too by actually embracing Nora and being supportive. He could have been dismissive of Nora and go away fangirl, but instead, Jalarum actually really tried to bond with Nora, and that was so helpful to the story. So thanks, dude. Thanks for selling.
I remember that after the reveal later on, that was a whole arc in itself of can Nora be can Nora still be trusted? And and I'm actually glad. Again, this is jumping ahead to the penultimate battle before we're flying off to Cumelis. I wanted to do one more conversation with Jalarum and Aravan about what's going on, what the heck's how the heck are we gonna deal with this, especially since Karsus' avatar is a wild card that is now in play. What the heck is gonna happen? I need to talk to my deity.
Yeah.
Oh, and Oyasha, I loved her reaction when Jal told her he can't crawl in the jewels.
And ever since then, we try to recreate that. I
Yep.
think each and every single one of us tried to take a shot at his jewels,
You
but
only
we
strike
all
lightning-
missed.
You only strike lightning once.
Apparently.
Catch lightning in a bottle once.
Well, I mean, you strike taser teeth a few times, but
I almost made a really bad joke.
I thought of a really bad joke.
anyways, next scene
Yes.
that was going on.
Well, just one last thing. I'm just gonna say, Eliora.
There you go.
Excuse you?
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a faux pas and a half. Eliora also really helped with the Nora character, with her, actually asking Nora to join forces against against Elvira. Jesus!
What is
Okay,
wrong?
calm on.
Are you okay?
Calm down.
Yeah,
Calm down.
careful
Alright,
with
Jim?
it. Careful with the language there.
Yep. Anyway,
How much water did you drink?
Yeah.
have
Have you been breaking into my secret stash again?
Yes. Look, okay, you're not. Okay, here's the thing. Your tears aren't just water; they're salt water.
Anyways, but Faye helped with the development of Nora by asking her to go with her against Elvana.
Because here's the thing, Josh and I had nothing planned for what would happen, what Nora would do, what would happen after the confrontation with Jalaram. We couldn't have anything planned because we didn't even know if she would survive after that. We had no guarantee that Jalaram would immediately hear the news and just stab her to death. So she was in this position of all we knew was that she would just be so confused. So when Ellie was like, no, I'm actually going to reach out for her. And then it's like, wait, so they're teaming up to, oh my God, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
Sorry.
I like that
sorry.
change enough for that to make sense.
Yeah. The next idea I had was Amata being mortal, because I thought that was be a great way to foreshadow, the fact that when, have her say, like, I could become a god again, but if I did that, then, having her all at once would drive me crazy. Plus, I've always seen Amata as the most human of the gods, the one that's closest to people, considering, she was one who actually traveled with the party temporarily, and, she had a human friend / sort of family member in Seolic. So it made sense to me that faced with the whole, oh, you can't interfere if you're a god, you can't interfere, like, fine, I'm not going to be a god anymore. I quit. That just made sense for me with her.
Yeah, it does make sense.
It does. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Now, the
I
next
love how
idea...
the
Sorry.
dragon. I love how the dragon is the most human of the gods.
Right?
She's one of the most human of the party, too.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, next step.
So the next idea I had was that the resistance would have a base in the labyrinth, because I just thought, like, one, it would be the perfect place to hide, and I just love the idea of taking the labyrinth, that major location from the very first season, and bringing it back in a whole new context. I love doing stuff like that. I love when shows do that. I love the idea of just the labyrinth is now your home. It's now your safe location.
Yeah.
Because
I remember also, again, this is probably just coincidence, but when we were solving the Sphinx's puzzles, each one of the answers were correlated to the person giving to them. So when the one was regarding to the sun, Ivan was the one who answered. Yep. When it was regarding alcohol, Owen was the one who answered. When it was when it's something regarding a diamond, Thea Thurn was the one who answered. When the question was the obvious or the answer, I know Ryan was a little confused on it, but then Jalaran pulled out, oh wait, no, the answer is the answer, or the obvious.
Yeah, it's
Each one of them was correlated to like specific character, and I just found that a neat
Total
coincidence.
coincidence, but we're glad it happened.
yeah, yeah. I totally planned that.
Sure you did.
But speaking of
That's a
plans,
half inch on your nose, sir.
but speaking of kind of the opposite, this actually segues well into. So my original concept for Venom would be that they would actually attack the party from the start as a unit. Like my idea is that the first after the attack with Ravus, the party would obviously, go back to the mansion for safekeeping, and while they were sleeping, Venom was actually going to break into the mansion and attack them in the middle of and basically attack them in the middle of the night. They would all gang up on one person, focus their attack, either kill or, in the case of Faith Thurin, because we could use that as an idea for her, capture that person and then immediately leave. Like this was going to be you guys are playing on hard mode. We are not taking it easy for you. This group is organized. They are ruthless. They, unlike Simula, they're not playing games. They want you dead. Either you find a way to stop them breaking into the mansion and killing you, or they will kill you. They will not stop until you are dead, or they can't keep coming after you.
I'm glad you didn't do that, because I would have just cried in frustration.
Yeah.
And Josh knew. Sorry.
Yeah, it was that was an idea that I strongly vetoed because just it was an interesting idea, but I just felt like it was too cruel.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Given how the Mage's Manor spell works, how would they even have broken in?
They literally could have just teleported in. There is no defense aside from being.
Isn't it like a pocket dimension?
Yeah, you can teleport inside. You can still teleport inside it. Like there is literally no defense in the Mage's Mansion. And by the way, the whole breaking into the mansion was originally the safe cottage, and I'd actually foreshadowed that a bit when I had Ravus in season 3 asking Faith Thurin, just to be clear, what defenses are in this place? How safe are we? Because it was both his way to keep them safe against the demons, and also, okay, if I have to fight these people later, I might want to know about one of their hiding places and their defenses.
Well, with that being the case, I'm glad I took that as we need more protection in Bator and upgraded the spell.
Yeah. But yeah, the mansion, it's like, I kind of realized, wait, that's actually easier to break into because it doesn't have an alarm spell or anything. It's more hidden, but if you know the way in, which, Elvana would because Ravus would be able to share it. Oh, speaking of which, a little detail that we never actually said because we couldn't, but the reason that the other members of Venom knew so much is because Ravus was just like, here, just read my mind. It'll be quicker and easier that way. So everything Ravus knew, the rest of Venom knew, which would include, a clear visual of the inside of the mansion to teleport inside. But yeah, Josh's reasons for not going that direction, and I do ultimately think it was for the best, is one, he was going to be like, there's going hard mode and then there's going Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But also, like, Josh felt that narratively it would give each Venom member a better spotlight if you went one at a time. If you stagger them out instead of all at once.
And it did. And that was a very wise idea.
Yeah. Like, my reasonings for doing it that way were, one, I was worried that you guys were starting to feel that maybe everything was too easy. Like, you were starting to feel, oh, well, we don't have to worry about these antagonists. Like, remember how back during the when you guys find the air gnomes, and I asked, wait, are you guys actually intimidated by Venom? They've actually successfully been intimidating? That's because I was comparing the Venom that you guys actually got to this original Dark Souls era Venom, and
Yeah.
because the Venom you got was less and I'm not saying this is a knock on Josh's
Yeah.
idea, but they were definitely less ruthless, slightly less successful too.
Yeah.
I had set my standards up, my default standards up there, and because they were down, I was worried that maybe I'd let you guys. I was worried I'd let you guys down and made them too too easy.
Well, no. It's like the thing is that as we've established and eventually learned through experience, is that some people have different tolerances for different kinds of difficulty. It's some people prefer certain things on the spectrum. Like Doc is certainly someone who prefers something a little bit higher than average of difficulty level.
Hi, Quental Parax.
Yeah.
Well, I did ask for the Balor to make a return.
Yeah.
That was all, but that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some people like it hard, some people like it easy, and it's just Ari's one of those people, and it's Ari's one person who prefers things to be a little bit easier.
Because I have a hard time sort of improvising combat strategy. Like, I can improvise lines anytime, but if it's combat, because there's a lot of mechanics to deal with it, it's harder for me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm better with like real-time strategy games or Pokemon or something like that. I get time.
Or turn-based strategy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Real-time strategy is the one where you have to improvise on the fly. Turn-based is when you're able to like stop and like think things through.
Oh yeah, I meant that. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
But stuff like Fire Emblem or Pokemon or any sort of Final Fantasy game usually, except for the newer generation, so basically 11 and older.
Yeah.
So, the times where my plans went out the window, I got incredibly frustrated. Doc is much better at combat improvisation than I am.
Oh yeah, it's like how fast he came out with that Tarrasque busting strategy.
Yes.
I must remind you, Josh, when we had first figured out polymorph any object spell, one of the things I thought up in that discussion was, so I could take a pebble and turn it into a boulder. I could throw a pebble and it would turn into a boulder midair, smash the enemy.
Yeah.
And then it was a couple months later, at least, that we faced off against the Tarrasque, and I'm like, you know what? I think I can finagle that same strategy. I think it could work.
Okay,
Yeah.
and regarding that strategy, by the way, Josh, you know the ESTJ moment regarding the Tarrasque?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do something similar. Now, the first thought I thought of was, oh, you're just gonna like feed the Tarrasque with like a giant boulder in its stomach that won't break down easily. So if he ever tries to, swim to the main lands, he's just gonna sink, and all the pressure is just gonna keep him there. I did not expect a head exploding.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it exploded.
I still don't get why Amber decided to dive in to try to go for his heart.
I was trying to ensure it wasn't going to get back up very quick.
I think I know what you were trying to do, like remove the main source of its circulatory system, so it wouldn't.
I assumed that would kill it instantly and keep it dead, but apparently that didn't matter.
Yeah, I was I was thinking during times. No, remember the regeneration ability. Remember the regeneration ability.
Nope, that went out my head. Or went.
But to be fair, she didn't know. It's
the
not like
other.
she had. To be fair, she didn't know this is the first time she'd ever encountered a Tarrasque. It's not like she had the monster manual in front of her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
not.
no.
Yeah. I could. It was funny, voice, because I could tell that you were trying very, very hard not to metagame.
I know it was hard.
I could hear the frustration in your voice. It's just like, oh, I know it has these things, and I know how we gotta kill. But how do I make it sound natural in character? I could hear the struggle in your voice.
That's why I said it. Like, hey, Owen, you got a miracle left in you?
So anyway, sorry. Next stuff. So, in kind of a contrast to me basically wanting to Dark Souls you all, the next things which were my idea, the bandits being one of the leaders of the rebellion was my idea, because I wanted to give you guys this sense that with all the dark stuff I've been throwing at you, I also wanted to give you guys this sense that you had actually been doing good in the world, that you had actually been making people's lives better. So, hey, those bandits you spared and gave a new life, yeah, they're actually now leading a rebellion of heroes. They have really made something of themselves. And speaking of me absolutely wanting you guys to feel like you had done good in the world, Ivan the Dragon was my idea.
Oh.
Baby Ivan Lovis.
Yeah.
Ivan with an E.
Yeah. Well, the name was my idea.
Oh yeah, the name was Josh's idea. The concept of not only do you get to see the dragon couple you saved alive and well, but they have a kid now. They have a son thanks to you.
And then the funny thing is, I was gonna say before I go somewhere real quick, I was gonna say just the fact that like Ivan was also kind of in his darkest moment there. He was kind of going through his edgy phase or whatever. But the fact that he saw that not only were they alive, but they had a kid and they named it after him, that was one of the biggest heartwarming moments. He needed that in that moment for his character. So I just thought that was very, very beautiful.
I just had a really funny moment. A really funny thought. Like, remember when they were in Bator and Ivan and Amber were both talking about Ivan turning into a dragon?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Foreshadowing that we had no idea what actually happened.
Yeah.
But it's like, I knew that, and it's like, so the thing is, one thing I outlined for season 4 is, as well as everyone having like an evil counterpart, I wanted one major good thing to happen, like them to have some sort of apotheosis, and they also wanted to have some sort of personal struggle for season 4. And speaking of the first thing, the apotheosis, Owen being hugged by his father was my idea. Because I wanted to give him that moment of, hey, your father does actually love you.
Yeah, your father does. And I did add in a couple little details, like he's not 100% better, because, that's just how it's like addiction and grief. They don't always 100% go away. It's like, but I thought it would mean something to Owen and by proxy you that, he's making an attempt. He really is trying.
And considering the fact that the big theme of this series is redemption, it's it kind of makes a difference.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yes.
And like, that's not the only time that Josh has added details like that, and like the details are always so good. Just Josh would take these concepts I'd give him, and he'd just do such a great job of fleshing them out. And now the whole thing of the party being framed, that again was my idea, because it just seemed the natural. It's like, okay, Ravus knows the party is coming. Ravus knows the party is coming. But Ravus knows that the party knows about his plan. They're going to try to expose him, so the logical step is to discredit them.
Yeah.
Of course, the storyline of Sorn hunting the daggers of light. That was my idea. But Josh had the idea, and just the whole portraying Sorn like the Winter Soldier, and Josh even took that to the point of actually using Winter Soldier music.
you kind of threw me through a loop here because you were going through a Winter Soldier theme. Like, oh gosh, this is gonna be Waltzum, isn't it?
Oh no. Oh yeah, it's nope, it's 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 a good
That
guess.
would have been amazing though if it had been that.
Yeah, good guess,
but
but no.
I think this way was a little bit better. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
So now Sabaton was interesting because there are a lot of ideas that we had, but things in Sabaton did not go as expected. So a lot of our original plans actually did not get used. And what's interesting about that is Valil. Okay, here's the thing. Valil originally did not have a redemption arc planned. It was when we were planning the scene with him in Gatlas Town that Josh was like, I like this character,
Yeah.
and I want to actually have him redeem himself.
Yeah.
But the original plan for the Sabaton scene, and bear in mind, we had already decided that Valil was having a redemption arc at this point, but Sabaton was actually going to be Valil the closest to his original concept, and Valil at his cruelest. Like, one idea I had in mind was that this smiling like peasant would come up to you guys in the middle of a crowd, and he'd be like, hi, he'd be like, excuse me, I have a note from my new best friend. And you'd read the note and be familiar, like, did you really think that we would, like, this would be after you were framed, like, did you really think that Ravis told you about his plan just so he could be some bad fictional villain monologuing about his scheme? We knew you'd try to tell all the world, so we just had to discredit you.
Shay,
Yep.
don't ever try to do a country accent again.
I'm gonna keep doing it because it hurts your brain. But then the note would say, oh, and by the way, you might want to check the collar of my friend here. And if you read the collar, it would say, I prepared explosive runes today. Boom.
Oh.
And it's like, fail reflex save or not, if you guys are still alive, where's the innocent peasant you're wearing?
Okay.
Yeah. But
It's like Valil was. So it's kind of interesting. Like, had that scene happened, I wonder if people, how people would have felt about Valil's redemption later on. And speaking of characters that were redeemed, one idea I actually initially had, because Cruel at the start was okay, here's the thing.
use your words. Use your words.
D really, really miscalculate things with challenge rating, because Cruel was meant to be such a high challenge rating over Amber that it was basically Amber against the Bala all over again. One idea I actually had was Cruel ripping off one of Amber's wings.
Yeah, and I vetoed that very, very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, veto.
Actually, I don't believe you did initially. You were going for it.
No, I don't think I did. It's like I
remember you.
I wouldn't. It's like after Amber had so much. It's like enjoyed flying so much and doing all that. It's just to kind of permanently debuff her like that. That doesn't seem like something I would do.
Well,
I remember.
I
do. Sorry.
I'm just glad that didn't happen, period. And she's been through enough. She's lost her right hand, literally.
Yeah.
And then she couldn't share the sky with me.
And then she got angry at the party. She got angry at Ivan, and then losing her wing. I think that would have pushed her over the edge. I don't think she would. She might have been. I honestly think that if that happened, I think that would have been enough to push me into not being lawful good anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. I think she went through enough.
Yeah.
To explain, Josh, originally you were for that idea, but after everything else that happened, then you started to get more hesitant about it. And like I remember, up until sorry,
Is this something worth arguing about, especially during
I'm not
the stream?
arguing, for the love of God.
Okay,
He was talking about a character.
Yeah, just talking.
Wrong word, but I just think that this should be talked about, like, not on the stream where we have a limited amount of time to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll fast forward. It was basically it was Vita, but the reason I had that idea is because I wanted Amber to be legitimately scared of Cruel, so that her standing up to him, against standing up to a person she had lost to before, saying, "No, I'm gonna fight you." Then she goes full Diamond Dragon. I wanted it to feel like a Goku going Super Saiyan moment against Frieza. I wanted it to feel like a transformation at her most desperate, but also heroic moment.
Right.
That definitely did hit. I wouldn't say I was afraid of him, but I will say this about him. When he first shows up and Ravis is revealed, it's like Amber's already in a bad mood already. Oh no. Top it up. Oh, somebody she just titled as her Black Pearl just betrayed them. Oh, by the way, this creature is teamed up with him and is going to take you on. I was like, okay, I'm going to take my anger out on this guy. And oh, by the way, he's just as strong, if not stronger than you, and toppled her over. That was like a wake-up call on me as a player, that I got cocky.
Yeah, it's not just I'm a punch it anymore. It's I'm a train, practice, and then punch it.
Yeah, and then of course the whole thing. I'll admit I was thinking I was gonna die protecting Gem, but I was like, I'm not letting her die again. I kicked myself so much when Gem accidentally died during the Valor. Now, Josh, you remember? I was so upset. I was depressed. I'm like, I ruined the game. I ruined D&D. I ruined the game for everybody. I just killed one of Josh's best characters. I am a horrible player. Of course, we figured it out. We resolved it, but I was still really upset about it and thinking Josh made a mistake inviting me to this campaign. I kicked myself really bad. So this whole thing of protecting Gem, I'm like, I am gonna die protecting this character. I don't even care anymore. I am not repeating this again.
And that's character growth.
Yeah.
But I'll admit, we'll probably get to this. It's probably next on your list as well. But when Jalaram was going through the funk of like everything that he's planned beforehand is resulting in failure, especially the fight, like the moment of that epitomizes failure was the fight against Sorn, with just the one-on-one, and then Nord came in and I basically got my rear end handed to me on a silver platter.
Aww.
And that was like I kind of was sort of going through the same arc, kind of like the same like internal arc that Bliss was going through. It was like, oh my gosh, like everything I'm doing is not working. What the heck is the point?
That reminds me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I kind of did, and that's why there was something I can't remember if this actually ended up in this season or not. Did Jim Minya ever give Jalaram that speech of "Stop trying to be like my sister"?
Briefly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll get to that. Actually, I'll say now. That was also an idea I had because I saw that Jam was trying so hard to be the planner, and I just wanted Jaminia when Jalaram. Actually, no, I'll get to that when I get to the pod jump. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's like for me because Cruel hadn't crippled Amber, and as I said, I set my standards way too high for myself. So I was always worried that, anything less than Cruel crippling Amber, and Bliss will never take Cruel seriously, and she'll never, take him seriously as a threat.
All right.
So I'm really glad that I misjudged that.
All right, so moving on.
One last thing, because I gotta vent one thing because I'm actually genuinely upset about something. The whole Amber Jaminia being there and the whole never again. How did I not think of that? Josh thought of that one. I did not think of that. That was Josh. How? But it's like so obvious in hindsight.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, so Jewel is an infiltrator in Sabaton. That I believe was my idea. Elvana capturing and torturing Faye. That was my idea. That was Josh's performance.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Zaylin taking the form of Rayan and, messing with Owen in his dreams that way. That was also my idea because that was my, as I said, every character had a good thing happen to them and also a challenge. And someone using dream powers against Owen was my idea of, something to challenge his character.
I always thought that was like, that was baffling to me. I'm like, who else has dream powers? Like, is that Verdok trying to like be mean to him or something? Is it King Orkram trying to get revenge? What is this?
Yeah. And now Jaminia breaking free of the diamond at that moment as to save them from Elvana. That also was my idea because I said this at the end of the session. I wanted them to have, similar to the Amber Ascending thing, I wanted you guys to have that moment of everything is at its worst and then the best possible thing happens.
Yeah. No, well, about the torture thing, I think, Kat, you have something to say regarding that.
I don't remember what it was.
Sorry, Ellie.
But about the torture scene, though, like, I know there was one of the big ones I remember was Star Trek. There Are Four Lights, and then the other was, I think it was also reference to 1984, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Because what actually? Sorry, Ellie.
No, that was at myself because I was about to say something and it left my brain.
Oh.
Right.
Because the whole thing with that was I saw SF Debris' review of that scene, like the idea of a character psychologically breaking another person down, mentally destroying them piece by piece. And I thought, I want to put the players through that.
Yeah.
Now, who would do that? Who would it be? Which Venom member would do that? Well,
so
probably Elvana.
Yeah. So we did that, and he's like, Shay sent me the review. I watched the episode, and we started talking about some ideas, and I just immediately went to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
All right. And speaking of ideas, I remember there was actually a point where Josh thought, I actually don't want to use Elvana for this. I think it would be better to use Ima instead. And I knew from Ellie that Ellie would not want it to be Ima. We would not want it to literally be Ima. And I also like the idea of, having I like the trope eviler than thou, where a villain is like actually worse than a previous antagonist. Yes?
There was something about Elvana that I always wondered about. Like, she always seemed like she was just eerily fond of Faye.
Yeah.
She was.
Just why?
Because she saw a lot of herself in Faye.
Yeah. Okay, so we have some folks in the chat wanting to do Q&A. So can we just do like a sort of a rapid fire of these?
Yes, sure. Okay, I can do that rapid fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. The dragons fighting Robus making the dragons, making the fires kill the dragons. My idea. The fires using the radio to communicate was Josh's idea. The Tarask was Josh's idea. An unused line from Josh was, "This is for what you put me through," which I'm still annoyed he didn't actually say. Nora's brother, the half-drow of Isla Stray and Nyon, were all Josh's idea. Rabus making that ultimatum of either you surrender now or I will kill these hostages, that was my idea, as well as them being saved by Ivan, because I knew we needed a way for you guys to be saved if you guys decided to, surrender. Mysterious Isla Stray was Josh's idea. As I said before, The story of Sorn, Nora, and Jalarum was my idea, as well as Elvana targeting the Helegolas was my idea, especially her breaking Ima, because again, eviler than thou, and also for the good thing for Faith Thorin's great good thing happening to her. I wanted her to act to not just free herself from her family, but actually save her family, because to me, that was the idea of this is the one thing that is absolutely 100% going to place her above them. She is no longer their victim. She's actually saving them.
Yeah.
It's like not just a literal victory, but a moral victory as well. I actually skipped the thing. Jalarum becoming the leader. This was my reward for Jalarum, because I felt from the start Jalarum had always been the party leader, and this was us finally acknowledging it. That's kind of why, I had Jaminia say, it's like, you know what? Jalarum should be the leader because he always was. Yeah. And Jalarum accepted it pretty well, but if he had been really doubtful, I've been screwing up, it's like, you've been screwing up because you've been trying to plan everything out. You're not a planner, you're an improviser. Do what you do best.
Okay.
Okay, move on.
So, Verdok saving Owen from Zaylan. That was Josh's idea. I hadn't thought of that at all. The party sneaking into Lathalor, as well as almost everything around that. The mutilated traitors, the statue, Venom getting more development, because I kind of felt a lot of them needed that at that point. The way Jewel was able to return, that was all my idea again.
I think we should just move on to the Q&A. This is just taking a long time.
Yeah.
You're right.
Can I say the one thing that I did that was my idea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, and it happened in the same session. Valor Rhyme.
Yeah.
letting you guys turn into the demigods again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Rayan.
Yeah.
Becoming a god.
Yay.
Those were both me. I had that idea for Rayan back in was it season 3?
I don't remember when.
Yeah, it was very early on. And then Josh came to me and said, "Hey honey, you can use your shape-shifting thing to do this many hit die." And I'm like, and you were looking for fun creatures, and you're like, "Ooh, you could turn into a Balor." I'm like, "Turn me into a Balor. They can turn into demigods again." And you're like, "Oh."
That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. Also, I've just put into the Skype chat, and Josh, you want to share that into the description for the stream?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here.
Just who had which idea, just so you guys can just look at it for yourself, because Josh is right, that was taking too long. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyways, so Q&A, we're going to take a few questions. And then we got to get to the final awards for the series.
So while you guys are taking the questions, I will start putting together the awards.
Gojillion91, question for everyone. Who are your favorite D&D villains? So who was your favorite villain throughout this whole series?
Or
Tantamile.
our favorite D&D villain, or I mean not throughout the whole series. I think he's asking just D&D in general.
Owen.
I mean, season 1 with the dreams.
Yeah.
And the almighty ear-tugging powers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but for D&D in general, favorite kinds of villain. I can't really say that, because a lot of these villains are vague on purpose. It's like their personalities and just everything they do are vague on purpose. It's like some of them have more fleshed out backstories compared to others. Sirak, but but yeah, it really just depends on how you use it. Like, if you look at the how much I changed from Asmodeus's original lore, and how much Asmodeus's original lore has been retconned. It's a lot of it is just me taking elements that I just thought were interesting.
Okay, so that's Josh. And Ellie put in Owen and Tantamile.
No, but for real, this is going to sound egotistical. I like a Karn.
Okay.
Go watch Shattered Wilds. I think.
Also, shout out to Dogi for doing awesome art of all the characters in that campaign. Yes, I'm calling you out again, boy. Deal with it.
I think I'm just gonna go with this campaign because I'm in a lot of them, and I'm even doing one of my own. Go watch Ladies' Night when it starts coming out again. But for this campaign, I think my favorite was Simula. She really grew on me.
Yeah.
Blissey, your favorite bad guy?
Oh, Asmodeus.
Oh.
Look, Simula was definitely under my skin a lot, but she didn't give me nightmares.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's the whole thing. I agree with Bliss. I also say Asmodeus. And the whole thing is he's got the kind of Firelord Ozai or Voldemort thing to him where just his name kind of sends shivers down everyone's spine, and then you don't know his full power until the very end. And then when you see his full power, you're still not sure if that's his full power yet.
No,
It's
okay.
like-
you want to know the changing factor from Simula was my top #1 villain to Asmodeus? It was when I apparently screwed up during Bot Tour because everybody snapped at me when I did this. It was an accident. My character made an oopsie. Shocker.
Yeah.
But we were not supposed to say his name. And I did.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then and then
Asmodeus?
everybody's like, don't say his name! And it's like,
It's like you gotta watch what you say every time you speak, because if you slip up, it's like now he knows we're doomed.
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, everybody kind of did a good job of hyping him up to the point where I'm like, I'm too scared to talk now for my character.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta mind your
that
tongue every minute of every day now.
yeah.
What was
it's
that? What was that line from Chamber of Secrets? Fear of a name only.
Increases
Increases
fear
fear
of
of
the
the
thing.
name of itself.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but in this one it's tangible. It's just like if you speak their name, they know.
They knew.
It's like when they say don't invoke their name. Oh yeah, that's a thing.
It's also
Um,
tangible. It's also tangible because Asmodeus wasn't an incompetent imbecile.
Right.
Yeah. And then, okay, so Doc, who is your favorite villain?
My favorite villain of the ones that have not been mentioned yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or just in general.
Yeah, just in general, anything.
Well, I'm trying to think of within our D&D campaign.
Yes.
And I think I remember most Arkoth. Because
And I expect to hear Beasley screaming any second now.
because in the beginning he was a very consistent threat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of that was because Owen was intentionally including him. So, as Josh had stated to me later on, you know, how much emphasis you put on Arkoth really gave me ideas on what to do with Arkoth in the story. So that's part of it right there. But I also very much appreciate a villain who thinks he's in control, who believes he's always one step ahead of everybody else, and in the end gets so completely betrayed that he couldn't have seen it coming.
Mm-hmm.
That makes for a compelling story, especially
Mhm.
what happened afterwards when he was no longer a villain.
Oh yeah.
Oh. The aftermath of him is one of the most emotionally gripping parts of the whole campaign, I think.
Yeah, I think that was part.
Arkoth's redemption, I think, is on one of the biggest tearjerker moments. So if you like that segment, go vote for it.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that was a fun part.
Well, voting's closed at the moment. Closed now,
Yeah,
sorry.
but yeah, that was interesting. Kind of the whole dichotomy between Arkoth and Simula. It's like Arkoth, it's like with a lot of Doc's help, it's just like the control. Whereas Simula was like, Please, control. There is no control. You guys don't even own your own bodies, technically.
I love that in a meta sense.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so Finn, who is your favorite villain?
I think
Okay.
you know where we went.
Or Voice, who's your favorite villain?
Well, in the campaign, in campaign it's Asmodeus, but my favorite type of villain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we actually saw it here, and hopefully Josh could do it in Shattered Wilds, in Secrets, Shadows of the Old World. A villain you don't want to agree with.
Ooh.
Something like someone along the lines of Killmonger in Black Panther.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Like he is the bad guy. He does bad things, but the reason he's doing for is technically the truth.
yeah, like Wakanda.
If at
Like
any point,
Wakanda
if at any
had.
point a villain in a story, you say he has a point, then you know something is gonna be like, oh no.
Like,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
For me-
the kind of villain that you seem to be talking about is the sort of ends justifies the means sort of villain. The kind he's got a noble goal. It's just the means of getting there is
Thanos.
His path to it is
it is a very again the word like very like agreeable lawful evil.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
that's the kind of villain I'm the most intrigued with, and that's a kind of villain I'm most like to go up against.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
For me, I've always found that to be a very difficult villain to do.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like on the one hand, play it on a one way, and you have what actually I felt about Killmonger, which is you're a giant idiot, and your own plan is going to screw up your goals. But if you go too far the other way and you make them too right, and then it becomes basically what they've done in the recent years of Magneto, where it's like, why are you even the villain? It's like, apparently they've taken it so Magneto doesn't even hate humans now, and it just like,
Yeah, but so yeah, it's just that's the thing about it's very easy. That's why it's so hard to do. It's very easy to dismiss that kind of villain with cool motive, still murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and if you don't go cool motive to skill murder, then it just becomes cool motive. Why are you the bad guy again?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
it's
the
a
end,
very
that's-
fine line to cross.
Right.
Yeah.
That said, and I'm going to make this the last thing about whose idea is what, I was really hesitant with Simula's redemption of like, okay, I didn't think Josh would be able to. I thought Josh would need to build up to it throughout the series, throughout the season, but Josh was like, no, I'm gonna keep it, say nothing about it until that final scene. It's like, there's no way that's going to work. And no offense, Josh, this wasn't because I didn't believe in you as a DM. I didn't think that was possible. Period. Like, I didn't think it was.
Shay, there's a critical flaw to that logic. It's Josh!
Yeah, that's where I'm leading to with this. I'm done. Okay, I am done. I am done thinking, oh, Josh can't do this. Josh can't do that. At this point, I am serious. The one remaining thing that I don't think Josh would be able to do is, I don't know, a graphic on-screen sex scene. That is where I am drawing the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Only
pretty
thing
Oh, yeah.
left. Anything
I
else,
mean,
if
that-
Josh says, hey,
Okay, we get it, Shay. We get it.
All right. Finn, I didn't hear who you said your favorite villain was.
Oh, I agree with Bliss. I said Asmodeus.
Oh, okay. All right. Someone in the comments, I think it was Anoisha, brought up something that I did kind of want to address briefly. Any details on Cross's redemption? Now, we don't like talking about Cross, but
Yeah,
my headcanon was that the way that Cross redeemed himself was he's the one who took out Zelnus.
I can accept that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, possibly.
But-
Yeah, possibly.
But died doing so. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna say on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so hang on, I'm looking through. I'm looking through all the questions. Oh, question toward everyone, mainly Doc and Voice. Should there be a footnote in the new pack that says Owen Damara can tug any mortal ear without consequences should he wish?
No.
All right, but yeah. Okay,
I
so
thought the whole point of Owen going through this whole story was that, hey, he wanted control, but he didn't think too far ahead about the consequences, especially part of his early actions. So, yeah, the very idea that he could just tug on people's ears without consequence, he wouldn't believe in that.
Yeah.
Okay, Kieran G, I like these questions. If Jaminia hadn't been stolen by Asmodeus, would the party have been as easily convinced to go through Bator to kill Lolth? If the Baller incident basically hadn't happened, would the Drow be free?
Yeah, it would be hard. It would be hard to convince everyone to take that risk. I would have had to. Ravis had a very easy time doing it because of that, but I think Ravis could have convinced them. It's just he would have had to have a lot of rehearsal to try and make his case the best he can. He probably would have had to take them through a tour of Loth Nalor in order for that to happen, just to show everyone this is what our lives are like. Help us, please.
Yeah.
It's not just that, though. Without that moment, Ravis doesn't have the idea for how to kill Lolth in the first place.
Yeah.
Or rather, he doesn't have the idea of using that bait in the first place because he doesn't learn about the sisters. He doesn't learn about the diamond thing. He doesn't learn about the whole, he was taken from Asmodeus. Maybe Asmodeus would want her back. It's like so much of this, like Ravis' plan pretty much does not happen if Jaminia does not die.
Okay. So we addressed that. Here, I like this question.
Yeah.
Catherine D says, just got here, so I don't know if this comment has been asked. What would the players tell themselves at the beginning of the adventures with all they know now?
Ooh.
I don't like messing with time, so I would say nothing.
Oh, well, no. I mean, like, what's
If
what's
I
something
could give
that's-
my past self a pet talk.
If you could give your past self a pep talk or something like that,
This
or
is applied to the GMs as well.
yes, or if there's one thing that you regret in the series that you kind of wish you could fix or something like that, but what would you tell your past self, basically, right at the beginning of the adventure?
Hug your mom more.
What?
Hug your mom more.
Aw.
Aw. Also, hold the railing as you go down the staircase.
Oh, yeah. Railings are your friend.
I think he meant what you would tell the player, not the character.
No,
Yeah.
actually, telling the character and telling the player might be fun too. So there's
Fair enough.
voices. I'm gonna go with Blissey.
I would definitely tell myself that, hey, remember, it's a game.
Yeah.
I had trouble with that too. I'm gonna go Finn. What would you tell yourself?
This is me telling my past self, like, playing the game?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a tough one. I would say probably the biggest mistake, which I only did in season 4, I would say don't be afraid to be an active player, because a lot of the stuff that I did was very passive. I gave people buffs and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I was afraid to talk. I was afraid to suggest things to Josh. I only really did that in season 4. So I would say be an active player more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I think
Which
you're
I'm-
going to take that advice to heart for Shadows of the Old World, right?
100%. I'm putting as much effort into being an active player in this as I can be.
Okay.
So.
Next one. I'm just picking at random. Doc.
what I would tell myself. First off, I would say this campaign is going to go on a lot longer than you could have ever expected. But it is going to be worthwhile. Now, if Owen somehow was able to give a pep talk to himself from the beginning of the campaign.
That would be interesting.
That would be a fascinating dive, trying to figure out exactly how he would word things without completely destroying any character development he would gain through the normal course of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm very hesitant about the idea of giving my past self a pep talk. It's just, but I don't, because if I say that, I don't know how I'm going to turn out.
The only thing I would tell you to do, if I were to give you a pep talk for your past self, I would just say one word: chill.
I mean,
She's not wrong.
somebody in the chat that has advice for Ivan's past self: don't drink the water.
Yeah. And I even said, I put it in a more philosophical frame. The tap of the keg and the tap of the faucet are one and the same. Be careful.
All right, Ellie. Sorry.
I was gonna say I was gonna go the Kronk route. Don't drink the water. Poison.
Yeah, like Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Kat.
Yeah, Ellie.
You're gonna meet your best friends through this. Hang in there.
Aww.
Yeah. All right. Do you mind if I read a couple questions?
Well, hang on.
Oh.
You kind of answered it, but you also kind of didn't. And I basically kind of answered for you. Chill. Shay, what would you succinctly? What would you say to your past self?
Here's what I would say first. Here's what I would say to Ravus. There's nothing I can say to you, on your head be it. Because he wouldn't listen to a word I would say.
True. You are human.
But more importantly, I feel what I would say to myself, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Chill. Josh's ideas will still get you to your goals.
Wait, what did I do?
I mean, you're a prick.
But pot calling the kettle black.
Anyways.
But my point is, my biggest flaw was that there were so many times where Josh's idea was just as good as mine in terms of getting to the goal, but I become so married to the exact concept and the exact way it would play out that I was needlessly stubborn in so many areas.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we got a couple of lore questions.
Well, hang on. I didn't say mine.
Oh, I thought you
Sorry.
did. Sorry.
Okay.
Chill.
No. Well, okay, yeah. One, try not to take things too personally. Ravus's betrayal hit me really hard because that's
the other thing. Tell Ari before the betrayal. I'm still sorry about that.
Two, don't listen to Josh about Hana. And
Wow.
I mean, and three, be careful who you trust.
Mm-hmm.
And that is specifically for.
Hey, honey. Guess.
And the last one, be careful who you trust, is specifically for Rayon's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh, the spell Karsa's Avatar. How did you decide on the components? Oh, the components are official except for the gizzard. The gizzard was supposed to be of a gold dragon. I changed it into a white because reasons.
Sure.
Yeah, I wonder what those are.
Okay, Son of Heaven, question for the entire cast. Any fan person IRL ever ask you for a lock of your hair? No.
No, thank goodness.
No.
Nope.
Thank goodness.
Okay, look, I have not been sneaking into the fans' house and taking locks of their hairs for my ritual. I don't know what people have been telling you.
All right, William Beasley. Was Stimula being sanctified always the plan, or is that a change in the story decided in season 4? We decided that in season 3. Yeah. It was during a lot of discussions. Josh Scorcher, how many energy drinks do you need to pull off this campaign? I don't drink energy drinks. I hate them. They taste nasty.
Good.
It tastes like melted Smarties and tap water.
They
Do you
destroy your
Okay, how much
liver.
sanity did
Hit
you
the
lose in this
heart.
campaign?
Yeah. Question for anyone: any plans on playing other RPGs besides D&D/Pathfinder? Not really. No.
I mean,
I
we
want us to.
Yeah, I know Shay talked about this like months or a year ago, but about other ideas for a campaign. One of the ideas is possible that I kind of want to do is Shadowrun.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Is, which
Oh,
which is
okay.
basically fantasy characters in a tech setting.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also like I confess to being a little bit interested in playing Call of Cthulhu.
Like,
Okay.
I've got a whole list of like a lot of different RPGs divided by genre, and it's like if we ever want to pick something out, we could probably find something for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
And
just
something we
just
all
finding a
agree on.
tabletop that supports it is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why and this is why I prefer Theory of the Mind.
There's this one question that I actually really love right here.
All right.
Persona Elver 21 question for everyone: if your character wanted to talk/get closer to one character in the campaign, who would it be? It doesn't matter if that character is dead or not.
One character that they wanted to get closer with.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Like someone that you didn't have a lot of opportunity to interact with, perhaps.
Ivan.
Same. I wanted to get closer to Faye.
Okay.
I'd say Owen. I don't think
Yeah.
me and Amber, Owen and Amber have really
Me and
got
Amber.
close. Yeah, I'll be quiet. I'm tired.
I mean, outside of battle, you mean?
Yeah.
Outside of battle, yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Oh, jeez, that's a tough one. I would probably say, honestly, I would say Jaminia.
Ah, okay.
Doc, who would you want Owen to be able to get closer to?
Everyone.
I
Sorry, Doc.
He's laughing. He's
Try
laughing.
not to laugh.
Hey. I was going to say Jaminia as well because there was a time very early on in the campaign, in the first season, where Owen had drawn Jaminia into a dream. And I probably could have done more with that setting. Basically, this was before she had revealed herself as a tiefling. And I had already suspected by that point, no, she's not a real werewolf. And I could have said in that dream, I know that you're not a werewolf, but I understand that you are trying to hide who you really are to the rest of the group because you're afraid of what they might think of you. And that I could very, very well relate. Because at that point, Jaminia didn't know about Owen's secret, and Owen didn't know everything about Jaminia's secret. I could have built something right there. So I wish I had been closer with Jaminia in that respect.
So what made you suspect that she wasn't a werewolf?
Well, for one, she completely was able to do so at will, whenever, just because, oh, I'm going to airwalk across this ledge, and Jaminia suddenly has this pouty face and transforms and jumps over to it. And I'm like,
Oh, okay, yeah, just
The at-will thing.
Lycanthropy is not an at-will thing.
So, because of that moment, I really should have built on it like I was wanting to. And it would have made a great moment between them. It really would have.
All right,
Yeah,
Ellie.
I would want to see that.
Yeah, I would too. Ellie.
Huh?
What?
Oh no, she said Ivan.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Okay.
agreed. She said Ivan, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
said Fig. So
Oh,
Sorry.
I think we discussed this question in private, but Lily and Tula, I know not all the players are Pokemon fans, but what Pokemon would be the party have as a companion?
Well, hang on, I didn't say who I.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ari.
It's okay.
Everyone.
I said no. I'm gonna do my three main characters. Rayan would like he's already pretty close with Owen, but I would have wanted to have him hang out with probably I think I kind of want to see what happened with Rayan and Ravis.
that would be interesting.
Because Rayan was able to break through to Owen, I wonder what being around Rayan for a long period of time would do to Ravis.
Just complete purity for a prolonged period of time.
Help me, Max! I'm feeling.
Exactly. For Hana, I wanted Hana to spend a little bit more time with Jem.
Yes.
That's just because they didn't get a lot of time together. Jem had to go immediately go and fight. The only time that she really got to hang out with the party was when she was kidnapped for most of it. She was just like little. She was Asmodeus' little yoink doll, basically. And Rhyme, I think I would have wanted Rhyme to get a little bit closer with. I think Ivan would have done her a bit of good. Like, Owen obviously did her a lot of good.
Yeah.
But I think Ivan would have done her good in a different way. Because I think she got her moment with Jalaram when she was talking about, the little kid, Walt. She got her moments with Faye and the girls because of the makeover. And she wasn't really in the party with Ravis. So I think Ivan was the only one that she didn't really get a good moment with.
Yeah.
I brought the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing some RPing with the Ravis Rayan thing with you at a later point if you wanted, Ari, because that is actually an interesting idea.
But anyways, so going back to Lily and Tula's question that Voice brought up, our Pokemon.
Should I bring up the document that I made?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is it? All right.
Yeah,
Should I just put that into the description as well?
That's a good idea.
I gotta
You
find
didn't
it.
ask me who I.
Oh
would
yeah,
have
Ravis.
them
Yeah,
talk
go
to.
ahead.
Honestly, this is assuming the alternate timeline where Ravis actually went back with a party and pulled a face turn before the start of season 4. I would have actually wanted to keep building the friendship that was beginning between him and Amber.
Yeah.
Because I think that could have actually been really cute. And yeah, face turn Ravis, he would have when Amber was feeling really bad about herself, Ravis would actually been the one to say, I couldn't think up a plan there. There was no plan in that moment. We were all stuck. Amber, you did the best you could with what you had.
I admit this is why the betrayal was so hard on a not just a game level but a personal level, because I felt Amber and Ravis had a really good connection. I was looking forward to building on it, especially when I felt like Faye and Ivan in particular were being unfair and unreasonable with Amber and why she did what she did to save Hana. It's I admit I was really angry about that even outside the game. It's like, guys, she did this to save Hana. She loves Hana. She wanted to save this character from Asmodeus, and you guys are bashing on her. Why? Ravis would understand me.
Because it was freaking impulsive.
Yeah.
Ravis would understand me. Oh, by the way, Ravis betrayed us.
And that was that was one of the big moments where Ivan's kind of, because he was taught at the very beginning that everything in nature and everything in the world kind of happens for a reason. But when he saw that was what Amber's choice was, he was like, I don't care if this happens for a reason. I don't like it.
So here's the thing. Ravis was a male character Amber could actually go and talk to. She wasn't confident enough around Jalaram, and Owen was being cold. So that was her only positive link. She felt like she could talk to this person. Oh, nope, he betrayed us. Okay, I hate everybody right now.
All right, wow.
And one thing I was going to say, because I wanted to kind of expand on what I was saying, I do kind of blame myself a little bit that Ivan didn't get too many shining moments with every single character, because, again, I was kind of shy of speaking up or trying to form moments or talk to Josh and say, can I kind of have this? So I think that's partially on me. I actually did have a moment planned with Rhyme that never came through, but I don't know. I kind of blame myself that I didn't get too many moments with you guys, but it would have been nice.
Yeah.
I want to know about the moment you had with me, planned, but later on.
Yeah. All right. Phantom Analysis. What was the thing they missed in Bator that would have been a spoiler? Oh, they missed two things in Bator that would have been a spoiler. The first thing that they missed was they could have run across Asmodeus's draft of the Primeval Pact.
Yep.
They did.
No, not in Bator.
didn't.
No, they didn't.
Oh, right.
That was revealed
I
later.
got the pack mixed up with Carthus's Folly. My apologies.
Yeah, they could have run across that, but they didn't, because they were just it's like no, we're not going to risk that. And the second,
if we had run across that and we had torn it up, we wouldn't have had season 4.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Asmodeus would have improvised.
yeah. Yeah, it definitely would have changed the story, and I knew it was a risk putting it in there, but I still wanted to, because I felt it would be a good setup for what was happening in season 4. But you guys didn't run across it, but oh well. And the second thing was there was a nook that you guys didn't explore that was covered in lava that Doc wanted to explore, but everyone wanted to move on. You would have seen the shattered remains of the diamond that Simula broke out of.
Oh.
I would have enjoyed seeing that for sure.
The funny thing, I thought it was actually going to appear in the first level, and what was it? Not Caniath.
Yeah, you would have thought.
Avernus.
Yeah, you would have thought it would have appeared, but remember, it's just like the jewel was around her neck, and so what in my head that never really happened. Just gonna fast forward through this. So Germania was captured. All of her gear and stuff was confiscated, put into that little storage unit with all the other magic items around there. And year passes. Simula bursts out. She takes a lot of things. And actually, Ari wrote a fanfic about what happens immediately after that.
Of course she did.
Yes.
So, but I just want to say, in defense of Amber, what Amber did around Asmodeus was not impulsive. It was the best choice. It was the best of terrible choices.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point that Ravus, alternate Ravus would have made.
Yeah,
it wasn't an impulsive choice. It was your only choice.
Yeah.
I felt that was the only choice, and I think I got, again, getting angry, and, actually, I'll just save it for later. I'm holding it up.
Yeah. All right, so Obsidian Shard, what was the stupidest thing someone has done during Welcome to the Show? I'm over there. It worked. I'm so salty that worked. And next, it's like, hey, could you drink this? Can you drink this poison for me, please? Just like,
Josh, you could have easily said that no die roll, no amount of critical successes could allow that. You have no one to blame but yourself, boy.
I know.
I think another really dumb thing that worked out was kicking Cruel in the family jewels.
I was so happy with that because I realized, wait a minute, that's a called shot.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's another dumb thing? I don't know you.
I can tell you a dumb moment that I'm still salty about.
Sure.
Good.
You people trying to talk down. This is my thing that, like Bliss was saying before, something that you got on my case where it's like, dude, I'm in the right here. You people trying to talk down Mammon when he's throwing spears at you. It's like, guys, time for diplomacy has long passed. You need to fight back. Like, no, Ravus, don't attack him. He's already throwing spears at you. Shut the flip up and fight back.
Yeah.
I think Amber's dumb moment was attempting to fly and failed epically, and Barag ended up having to carry her.
Aww.
It was cute, but it was dumb. It was like, I am fully grown. I can fly. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Be quiet.
Silver Winter, whose idea was it to commission the follow-on music used in the final battle? Oh, that was an independent decision by me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally, Josh. Totally.
Yeah, he got that done. Enrico Diana composed it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Send more love to that guy, girl, whoever it is.
Yeah. It's he's in Italy.
Ellie, what did you have a stupid moment that you wanted to talk about?
I can't. I'm trying really hard to think of one because initially her stupidity was I'm not trusting these people, and then I don't know. I really don't. I'm having a hard time thinking of one.
Well, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a stupid one for your characters. It has to be a stupid moment in general. By the way, just for avoid repetition, we are vetoing anytime Cross opened his mouth.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a common question that I'm seeing pop into the chat. Favorite crack ships?
Crack
Ooh.
ships.
Absolutely, utterly bizarre ships.
I did have one, but I'm too scared to say it.
Go ahead. No, I want to hear it.
What is it?
Owen and Jem.
Okay.
You know, I actually did make a fanfic of that. And it was really sweet. Basically, Jaminio was reaching out in the dreamscape to sort of tell Owen that she's alive, and they basically danced in a ballroom surrounded by the faceless devils, and it was really beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like overtly romantic, but dancing and stuff like that, and it was just really sweet. I have a fan fiction I posted a while ago, I think, and I really actually didn't mind that ship because I thought they would balance each other out very well.
Okay,
they did.
That works.
I just thought of one, and it's hurting my brain.
Go for it.
Corwell X Fiona.
Okay, but just a quick thing. Romance is something that I find it very awkward to role play unless it's with someone, unless the other person I am doing the role play with is my wife. It's just romantic role play is something that's just weird for me. Even in high school, it's like when I was importance of being earnest, I was Algernon. It was so awkward for me to pretend to like this girl.
I mean, it worked for me and Finn because first off, we both respect each other. We're both in relationships, and we both knew we weren't going to do things that was going to make us personally feel uncomfortable. And we both know we're acting a part.
Yeah, we know each other
characters.
so well as friends that we can elevate that to romantic chemistry without it feeling awkward or going too far between the two of us.
Yeah.
And I'll have you know this was not planned. It just happened. I don't know how. I kind of even forgot how,
I think
it started. We did
exactly
the first side conversation in the chat on the thing. That was like our first big bonding moment. And not only did everybody start doing those after that, but also we kind of grew close. Like, we should do more of those. That was nice.
Yeah. Doc.
I think I can pinpoint the exact moment when the ship had the first spark. Right after Owen had given Amber the arachnid dream, and Ivan was the one who immediately went to comfort her in the best way he knew how.
Yeah, and he did it with a broken lute on top of everything else.
And the ship sailed.
But
my favorite crack ship is Faethur in X-Library.
Okay,
that's not a crack ship. That's a cargo ship.
Okay.
So would her
that's a
marriage
real term.
license be a library card?
Okay, so I have a crack ship idea, and it's only because of the BronyCon campaign, Caladrius X Varag.
I respect this.
It's guy love, that's all it is. Guy love, he's man of his.
I just gotta be me and say, a crack ship isn't a ship that hasn't happened, because although these ships are quite plausible, a crack ship is whoever came up with this ship must be on crack. A crack ship is the giant squid X the Hogwarts castle. Yes,
There's
that's a
actually
real
two.
thing.
I saw two. There are two suggestions in here right now. It's Lucid X Amber and
What?
Ivan X Fleal.
Yeah,
I quit.
Yeah,
y'all
again,
are-
crack ships are
Lucid
usually
X
on,
Amber.
whoever made these ships are on drugs.
All right. So what is another question we got here?
There was one earlier. It's way up here. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Oh,
Wait, listen, can I just say? Sorry.
Arcans and Dragon. Would Rayan / Solinar look out for Ravis while he seeks redemption? Sure.
I don't know.
Sounds like something he would do.
It does. I mean, Rayan didn't know Ravis. Only his, projection did. But if Owen or Rhyme or anyone asked him to, he would.
Well, Rayan had met Ravis, but yeah, he doesn't really know Ravis.
Right.
Yeah.
There was one earlier, really early before we started. I'm trying to find it.
We got asked when was the first moment of Faye and Jal. When was the first real moment between them? Like after the night twist?
No, first moment I think was. Maybe it was a little bit more subtle than Ivan comforting Amber. But when Erdusk said that, oh, by the way, your dad's after you, and you're hey, you elf, like half elf, you're in charge. Like, thanks, I guess.
So
Yeah.
I remember at the time, like, Jam, I didn't, as I understand it from you, Voice, that was more Jam treating it like a job. He wasn't really close to Faye Thurin, and Faye actually, from what I've heard from Ellie, actually resented that at the time. So
Yeah, she did.
what was actually the moment when it was a mutual attraction towards each other rather than, well, I guess we're stuck with each other for the next foreseeable
Yeah, I
future.
would. In that case, I probably would say that after the night twist.
Yeah,
when-
because that was the first time that Faye really showed sympathy to Jalarum in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
And then counteracting that part, as soon as initially, the second we saw Arkoth, Jalor immediately brought his sword out in front of
You mean
Panther. It's like,
Aimer.
okay,
Yeah.
Aimer, thank you. Yeah, it's like, okay, if my dad was the base form, this guy has to be 100 times worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you find the question, Voice?
Oh yes, it was regarding. Oh yeah, it's a little bit past, but I think it was Alexis Grayson asked, will we be seeing any baby pics for Faye and Jal's baby?
Spoilers.
Well, if we're going to see baby pics, that's going to entirely be on the artist side of the community.
Yes.
Also, all right. Let's just do 2 more quick questions.
All right.
And then we'll get to the awards because
Okay.
Doc does have to leave because it's his mother's birthday today.
Yes,
Oh, happy
we are
birthday.
taking her out to dinner this evening.
Oh,
Aw.
So I
lovely.
have about 40 minutes at this point.
yeah.
Okay.
So, the first one that I really liked, Josh and or Finn, how did you guys pick the music that Ivan played?
Well, the funny thing is, the proposal song was all me. I wrote that. But the funny thing is, the Song of the Sun, which is the one I use the most often, that was Josh's choice. But Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles is also my favorite song of all time, so that actually worked out perfectly.
oh,
Mhm.
wow.
That fits
There are so many moments of that in this campaign. It's just like, oh, well, that was a coincidence that worked out.
It's a happy coincidence, and we know each other more as friends. It's perfect.
Wow, yeah.
And then the last one that I think we're going to do before the awards, Ripple Effect asked favorite Nat 20 moment and favorite Nat 1 moment.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I know the favorite Nat 1 moment already.
All right.
Fire.
So,
No, I want to
I'm
hear
gonna-
Doc first.
Yeah, let's go with Doc.
Okay, the favorite Nat 1 moment is coupled with the most hilarious laughter I've ever heard from Josh.
Uh-huh.
It's at the second battle with the Balor when everything was coming together. This was the first attempt that we were going to try and use the spell to banish the Balor. And we hear,
I know what you're talking about.
and he has this just hysterical laughter that goes on for like 15 seconds straight.
And then he's like, I need to take a picture. I need to take a picture.
Yeah. That is easily my favorite Nat 1 moment, by far.
Yes.
What about your favorite Nat 20 moment?
Ooh. Nat 20. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one.
All right, then I'm going to go in alphabetical order and then come back to you. Is that okay?
Sure.
That's fine.
All right. So I'm going to go with the shortened version. Bliss.
Excuse me?
Favorite Nat 20 moment. Go ahead.
Nat 20 and 21 were
Nat 1.
Yeah.
Woman, hey, Kel, technically, you should go first. RML starts with an A.
Boom.
But my role today is moderator, and that starts with M.
Oh.
You're RML. You answer
Go
first,
first.
psycho brat.
What's next? Are you going to say you start with M because you're Mrs. Scorcher?
Okay, fine. I'll go first. I didn't want to go first because that just makes me feel conceited. You know?
Just say it, woman.
Fine, it's fine. You're good. You're
All
good.
right.
Anyways, my favorite Nat 20 moment actually would probably be Finn with his broken loot still managing to win the contest.
Wasn't that a Nat 1?
That was a Nat
Oh, that was
1.
a Nat 1.
That was a Nat 1 turned Nat 20 by me improvising.
Exactly. So I guess I always think of it as a Nat 20 moment because it was so successful, but you're right, it is a Nat 1, so I guess that would have to be my favorite Nat 1 moment because
Thank you.
my 4 Nat 1s in a row certainly wasn't. And then I think my favorite Nat 20 moment was, I think, who had the did someone Nat 20 during the Balzabul fight, and that's how we were managed to,
Amber.
Amber Nat 20'd and peeled his brain open like a banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. The whole Balzabul fight would just made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
Unlike warm and squishy as it was inside him.
Yes. Don't forget the fused dragon couple. I don't think did you Nat 20 there?
There was a Nat 20 for Will.
There was an ad, yeah. That like the dice wanted the story to have a good ending, so the dice did their own Nat 20.
Okay, but I think that showing your skill was a little bit more impressive, so I'm gonna keep that for the Nat 1 moment.
Okay, cool.
All right, so next up, Bliss.
Glad you didn't do the joke this time. I'd say the dumb. I don't know if this was a Nat 1 or not, but I know this was a dumb moment where I failed to roll epically, and nothing bad would have happened as a result. But still, Amber was in berserk mode, and she was out in the open sea when we were fighting the Kraken.
Oh no!
And failed the roll on was it a will save or a Constitution save? Yeah, and as a result, she was drowning, even though technically she wasn't.
Well,
technically fish. Technically, fish can.
Josh.
Did you know that fish can drown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still. And the whole time, everybody's panicking, trying to get me back up, and everybody's failing their rolls. And the only person who wasn't was Owen.
Oh,
to keep your head.
I was the one who freaking got you up to the surface.
You did. But you had to summon 3 whales to do it. Okay. And they were Nat 20. Every single one during the battle.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I can't pick up
Which
just
battle?
one.
Yeah.
Basically just anytime Nat 20'd in battle.
Yeah. I suplexed the tree. I punched the kraken.
Oh,
I gouged out Amadeus' throat. I destroyed Bazabor, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I every nat 20 that I got during a battle, that was my high.
All right, so then I'm gonna come back to Doc to do the other half afterwards. So after Doc would be Ellie.
My favorite nat 20. Here, drink this.
And the nat 1 moment.
Oh, that was a good one.
Impale yourself in the head.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that wasn't a nat 1. That was just a low roll.
It's close enough.
Well, no, I was saying that just to like full circle that fight, but I had my favorite one in my head a second ago, and now it's gone. It's gone bye. Come back to me. I have to conjure up my
Okay.
memories.
Okay.
All right, Finn.
No, wait, I
you're-
know. Wait, I remember. There was a point where I was grumbling when we were in Cumulus. It's like, if I get a nat 1 reading this, I'm gonna cry. And then what happens in the next second?
Oh yeah. You tempted fate.
I tempted fate, and I played myself. And
All right.
I look back on that moment. I'm just like, I deserved that.
All right. Finn, your favorite nat 20 and nat 1 moments.
Okay, I wanted to say the same thing you said, which was the string break moment, like nat 1 turd nat 20, but I don't know if that would be too egotistical. I don't want to say my
No.
moment is my favorite moment because that's a
No,
little...
that's fine. I honestly think it shows that you are acknowledging that you did something well.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say that moment on its own also gave me hope, because the second that I had that whole show planned out and it hit 1, my stomach sank to the bottom of my chest. I'm like, oh no, that was my big moment. I messed it up. But then I came out right there, and it's like, I gave the speech and everything. It's like, okay, you know what? It gave me a confidence boost. I can do this. I can do this kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for nat 20.
my favorite nat 20. I want to say because it was like the first in a long string of awesome moments. Amber Tree Suplex for the win.
Yeah.
Like, you got the Kraken punch, you got the skin peeling and all that kind of stuff. This was like, it's like she was a wrestler and that was her title match and she won it and she retained it for the whole rest of the freaking campaign. It's like, that was a big moment. So
Okay.
that was awesome.
All right. Next is Josh.
Oh no,
All
Josh.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my number 1 favorite nat 1 is the Balor, the nat 1. That was my favorite. That easily my favorite. My favorite nat 20 is one that's a little obscure, but it still meant a lot to me. It was right when you guys got into Gatless Town and you first met Pelor disguised as Peter.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That nat 20 is because I was really, really wanting that to be a very high roll. I was hoping so much that was going to be high because I really wanted that song to be played, the song that I picked from August Rush. And when it got in there, when he got that nat 20, I'm like, I remember just being in the car, just imagining the moment that I was really looking forward to it.
Dreams do come true.
All right. Shay.
All right, I am going to take the easy route and agree with Josh and Doc on the nat 1 moment. The moment with the Balor was the best nat 1 moment of the campaign. It was also really just like the first real major example of sentient dice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your bad luck charm. No, you're not.
And then your favorite nat 20, is it when you killed the Vistas?
No, actually, it isn't.
Oh.
That's actually a good one, but no. My favorite nat 20 moment is, and I am sorry, but all my nat 20s against Quental Parrick.
Oh yeah.
Simply
All the good luck from everybody around you.
Simply because of everyone's reactions to them and their growing disbelief.
Dude.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, I still retain to this day that you came into the campaign and you stole all of our D20s. You stole all of our nat 20s.
I'm hoping I do that again
Yeah.
because playtesting for the next campaign, apparently, if I'm not rolling really high, I'm rolling really well. It's either like nat 20s or nat 1s. There is no in between with me.
Yeah, it's like not roll the dice, you stole the dice.
Yeah.
You stole
All right.
all of our good rolls.
All right, so now we come to the
Voice of reason.
Yes.
Just turn it off for a
Okay.
second.
Well.
Oh, Jared Johnson went quintal 20s.
Oh. Other than the nat 1 to defeat the Pallor, there is another moment that again obscure, but it was during the combat during during the BronyCon session, where Caladrius basically using one of his I guess one of his feats or his tactics basically said,
"Oh, I think I know what you're talking about."
I'm giving you one last chance to back down. My roll was like a 13. Josh rolled shocked face, shows everyone it's a nat 1.
All right.
And then was it Karnas like, nope, flies off.
I am still really upset and disappointed that the recording the second half of that one shot just was so bad, because the first half it was so funny and so entertaining, but then you had to move out of the room and I literally couldn't watch anymore because I could barely hear a word anyone was saying.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't hear a word anyone was saying.
All right. Well, as for nat 20, there are two, and both of them occurred in the Asmodeus fight.
Yeah.
One was the nat 20 re-roll for the Wind Waker reference, and then the other was when I finally decapitated his damn hand.
Yeah.
That was, and the one was that was for cheating.
I don't know if it was a nat 20 mode, but you going checkmate.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Literally squealing with joy.
Yeah. All right. And
Yay, Blissy, there you are. Okay.
Hey, just want to
And
make
then
sure.
finally going back to Doc, your other, it was your favorite nat 20 moment that you didn't do yet.
Yes. I remember that during Amber and Owen's trial, when we were facing off against two opponents.
I know what you're talking about, too.
There was a nat 20 that I had rolled, but I couldn't remember for what.
It was a reflex
Turned out
roll.
so wonderful. Yeah. It turns out that someone in the comments, I believe it was Persona Lover 21, had pointed out, yes, it was the reflex. So thanks for reminding me of that. But that is my favorite nat 20 that Owen ever took part in.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now
All right.
the awards. Luna Corva.
Oh boy.
Okay, I have been waiting for this for a long, long time. First, to get out of the way, I will be sharing with you all the award, the campaign long sweepers. These are the ones that I didn't need to set a vote for because you want it in literally every voting. So, the best fighter of Welcome to the Show, Amber Hawthorne.
Woo!
The best magic user of Welcome to the Show, Faith Thurin.
Woo!
Yay for Faith.
The best couple of Welcome to the Show, Faith Thurin and Jalaro.
Yay.
Hey!
Though I'd like to give an honorable mention to Brony D&D's real-life power couple of Lala Melody and William Beasley. Congratulations.
Aww.
Congratulations, guys.
And your Welcome Fans Award for hottest character, the hottest character of Welcome to the Show, Faith Thurin.
Yay!
Now, first Victory. The best fight scene in the entire series. The contestants were the rematch against the Balor, the party versus Asmodeus, and the party versus Beelzebub.
Oh
boy.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 40/8 majority victory,
Gosh.
the party versus Asmodeus.
Figured.
Yes, agree,
people
agree.
liked it. Yay.
Up next,
What
the
was that, baby?
funniest.
Yeah, sorry, it's just,
Validating.
yeah.
You did a good job on that fight.
Yeah, it was based on, it's like those who are well versed in Final Fantasy will know that I took a lot of inspiration from Dancing Mad.
Gee, I wonder where we got the inspiration.
But okay, here's something I felt about that fight for myself, and I'm hoping that everyone else felt the same way. I felt that every move I made contributed. I felt like every time I had a turn, I was doing something cool and meaningful. Did you guys feel that same way about your own characters?
Yeah.
And your
So,
own
yeah.
turns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Anyway,
that's
I
part
turned
of what
into a
made it so
freaking
good.
phoenix. Yes.
Anyway, next.
Like, everyone got a cool moment. Anyway, the funniest moment in the entire series, the contestants were Amber Hawthorne's Hug of Doom from Season 3, the final chase scene, and I'm over there.
All right.
Please tell me that one.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 29/18 majority victory, I'm over there.
I was really hoping that one would win.
Over there. Over there.
So, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog logic for the win.
Yep.
Yep. Up next, the most heartwarming moment in the entire series. The contestants were Ivan playing at the dragon's wedding, Ivan's proposal, or Jalaram's proposal.
Got this
And the
one.
winner is, and it came down, as you would expect, one of the proposals, the most heartwarming proposal of the entire series was, with an overwhelming 32/13 majority victory, Ivan's proposal.
Yay! Yay! I'm so glad. Thank you, everybody. Thank
Again,
you.
both of them are super wholesome, but they're wholesome in completely different ways. Jalram's was like a wholesome, impulsive decision almost, whereas Ivan's was planned out and thought out. Both of them are amazing in their own right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment had to be perfect.
All right, next one.
Next.
Up next, the biggest jaw dropper of the entire series. The contestants were Owen was Vorgr and Vineblight all along, Ravus's betrayal, and you done goofed. And the winner is, with an overwhelming 28/18 majority victory, Owen was Vorgr and Vineblight all along.
Oh, that's my favorite too. That's my favorite too.
Thank you for that.
That's the one I picked.
That was awesome.
Yay!
I personally like you done goofed a little bit more, but
I don't
I'm
blame
also I'm also slightly sadistic, so that might be why.
Bye.
All right. Up next, the scariest moment in Welcome to the Show history. The contestants were Beelzebub 8 Tana, the death of Jaminia, and God King Ravus.
Okay.
Oh, those were really good.
They're good.
And the winner is, with a 23/16 majority victory, God King Ravus.
Wow.
Yep. That's fine.
Oh
Yep.
no, that was bloody
Good.
terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Jay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Up next, the most awesome moment in the entire series. Amber becomes a diamond dragon. Amber crit kills Beelzebub. Owen banishing the Balor. And the party becoming demigods.
Oh.
All right, forgot that
This
was a tie.
stuff.
No, not a tie. Those are the contestants.
No. I meant in season 2 that the two ones from season 1 and 2 were a tie. I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I decided to put in both. And the winner is the most awesome moment in Welcome to the Show with a 21/17 majority victory. Amber's Ascendant to Diamond Dragon.
Wow.
Yeah, me.
All right. Thanks.
I'm glad that won. That was awesome.
Thanks for that.
Up next, the saddest tearjerker in Welcome to the Show's history.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sorry, what?
Here,
Oh,
say,
no.
here we
Anyway.
go.
The contestants were Arkoth's redemption, Solinor's death, or Varag's death.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt before you read the answer? Shout out to William Beasley for voting for Arcott's redemption.
Hey, I
Yeah.
voted for that too.
And the winner
I'm
is,
teasing him.
with an overwhelming 31/23 majority victory, the saddest moment in Welcome to the Show's history is Arkoth's redemption.
Yeah, I honestly voted for that too. I was just picking on
Oh
William.
my
That was
gosh.
quite good.
Oh.
Up next, the best NPC in the entire series.
Oh
The
gosh.
contestants were Amata, Glazier, Hana, Cruel, Alidamara, Rayan, and Valil.
All right.
Or in other words, Ari's character, Ari's character, Ari's character, and the other guys.
I'll say best NPC.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 27/14 majority victory, Welcome to the Show's best NPC is Hana.
Yeah. Yeah, Hana was a lock for number 1. She's the best.
It was either going to be Hana or Rayan.
Yeah.
Oh, the chat's going, Rayan, please, Rayan, please. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Nope, it's Hana.
Screen time. I feel like his is he dead or is he not moment was one of the most heart clenching things of the whole campaign. But Hana had a lot more screen time and just had a lot more development. I think she deserves to win.
Yeah.
Up next, the who improved the most in all of Welcome to the Show. The contestants were Aramal, Lightning Bliss, and myself.
Oh boy.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 20. Sorry. There we are. Sorry, with an overwhelming 44/10 majority victory, Lightning Bliss is the most improved player of Welcome to the Show.
Oh, okay. I was expecting Armel.
The thing is, Ari was good from the beginning. You
Yeah.
stumbled, and then you also gradually became one of the best players.
Yeah, like
Every single season, you improved in some really recognizable way. That's why I think.
Aw.
Like, you went from the rookie of the group to, again, you are to players what Josh is to a DM. You are like the MVP of emotional moments.
I didn't want to play. Josh tricked me.
And
Here you are, best character. How's it feel?
Heaven, he did.
And I still remember it to this day. He lied to me. Well, okay, he didn't lie, but okay, he did. He totally did. He said he just wanted to make a D&D character for me, and that was it. I wasn't going to play, wasn't going to do anything. He just wanted to do it for the challenge. And I said, okay, I want a dragon.
Okay,
And he's like, what?
I'm gonna
I want a
pause myself.
dragon.
I have to ask, how did he convince you? Okay, so that's how he convinced you to make a character, but how did he convince you to actually play in a session? What was
He
it about
actually
you
had a bunch
decided-
of us. A bunch of us actually ganged up on her.
Yeah, but then I told him why I didn't play before. I told him the story why I didn't play after the first opportunity I had, and he told me, well, first off, you were playing with people you didn't know. That other friend of yours clearly wasn't a good friend. And 3, everybody who's playing this campaign is somebody you know. So you're out of excuses. Come on.
Yeah, and
Anyway.
so I'm gonna steal a quote from J Yoshi in the chat. What can I say except you're welcome?
Yes,
Damn it.
thank you. Anyway, up next, the funniest antagonist in Welcome to the Show's history. The
I know.
contestants were the Cheshire Cat, Simula, and Valil.
Cheshire
And the
Cat.
winner is, with a 29/20 majority victory, the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
I saw that coming.
Yep, definitely.
I mean,
Up
I
next.
still voted for Simula, but I figured the Cheshire Cat would win.
Yeah.
I personally voted for Valil because I prefer Snark.
I really
Yeah.
like. I like Josh's. I like how Josh got to ham it up as the character. He just added a lot to it. So, but
Up next, the scariest antagonists in Welcome to the Show's history. The contestants were Asmodeus, the Balor, and Elvana.
Ooh.
okay.
And the winner is, with a overwhelming 28/16 majority victory, Elvana. is the
Yeah.
scariest antagonist in Welcome to the Show.
Whoa. Okay.
So yeah,
Elvana-
Elvana is actually considered scarier than the Balor.
How many
Uh,
lights do you see?
The thing of it is, she's terrifying on a psychological level.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I think mentally terrifying will always be more scary than physically terrifying. So
Well, it's not just that. When the ballot gets you, there's at least a sense of at least it'll be over relatively quick. I mean, until we've learned about the whole any time the ballot kills you, you go to the abyss. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea about that. The minute you said it, I was like, oh my god, that's actually horrifying and I love it.
yeah,
But that aside, it's like the ballot will just kill you. Oh, the dead pity what Elvana does to the living.
See, the Balor will kill you. Elvana will make you wish she killed you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
he'll make you suffer.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So once again, hashtag screw Elvana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Next up,
Yep, the least interesting antagonists of Welcome to the Show. The contestants were General Krista, Quental Parrox, and Simula's Assassin.
Oh, I forgot about him.
yeah.
Kind of says it all,
And the
don't
winner,
I didn't get a name.
and the winner is, with an overwhelming 27/18 majority victory, the guy that voiced you actually forgot even existed.
Didn't even get a name. It's like
Yeah.
See, okay, if General Krister had won, I would have rioted a little because he at least had an interesting motivation backstory. I personally picked Quental because but also
Yeah.
Simula's Assassin,
Yeah,
it's fine.
but Simula's Assassin, while he wasn't a great villain, he served his purpose.
Yeah.
just like a normal assassin. He does his job. He leaves. Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes to show it's like even the least interesting villain in Welcome to the Show is still a C tier.
Yeah, and he was very much needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Up next, the best antagonist in Welcome to the Show, and it really comes down to all three of the big bads: Asmodeus, Ravus, and Simula. So, best villain in Welcome to the Show's history, with an overwhelming 26/17 majority victory. Thank you, Ravus.
Oh.
Hey, good job, Shay.
I really do think our idea of having a party member turn villain, like I knew from when I posed it to Joss, the reason I said it was like, don't have an evil party member, especially don't have one that betrays the party because that'll just ruin the campaign. I was like, no, that seems like an untapped storytelling potential. One of you becomes your worst enemy. One of the party becomes the major villain.
Yep. Tropes are tools.
I wanted to see that would.
Tropes are tools. No bad ideas, only bad executions.
Yep.
Up next, and thank you so much for letting me take that off the wall idea and try to make it work, dude.
And it did work.
Good
job.
Anyway, up next, the best animal companion of Welcome to the Show.
Oh
It
boy,
came
here we
down
go.
to Lucid versus Tantamile.
Okay.
And the winner is, with an overwhelming 36-19 majority victory, Lucid. Is the best animal companion of Welcome to the Show.
I'm happy that Tantamile won, the season 4 one, but if Lucid hadn't won outright, I would have been okay. Shenanigans. What?
Yeah, Lucid is iconic.
Iconic. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Lucid is a mood. Lucid is a mood.
All right.
Exactly.
Up next, the Chuck Norris Memorial Award for Biggest Bad Donkey. The contestants are Amber Hawthorne and Owen Lightbringer.
Oh, okay.
And the winner is, with a 34-21 majority victory, Owen Lightbringer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Some of the strategies you came up with were phenomenal.
The Tarrasque.
The Tarrasque.
The Tarrasque.
Literally kept when you were away and they were talking about like the best moments like with Owen. I think it was between Amber and Owen too. It's like, I mean, thanks for the vote, guys, but Tarrasque.
Yeah. And now he gets best of the whole game, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next, probably one of the most important categories, the best party member. We could say this is the MVP of Welcome to the Show. It came down to Faye Thurin, Ivan, or Jalaran.
Alright.
I'm just glad I was nominated at all.
Yeah.
You won for season 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's why. That's why you were in the finale one.
Yep. And the winner is, with an overwhelming 25-15 majority victory, Welcome to the Show's best party member was Jalaran.
Yeah!
Oh, look at! Oh my gosh! He's blushing.
He's red. He's turning red.
He's turning red. He's blushing.
It's obvious because it's more obvious because I'm Irish.
Now, the final official award is Best Season of Welcome to the Show. Before that, I'd like to have our second to last award, the William Beasley Consolation Prize. There. The contestants were Arkoff. Just to be different, screw you, it's still Arkoff and Lala Melody.
Oh.
And the winner is, with a narrow 22-21 majority victory, Lala Melody.
Jim it.
All right.
But finally, the winner for best season of Welcome to the Show. And the winner is, with an overwhelming 39-8 majority victory, season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I do too.
I actually voted for season 3 because I really liked how like it was the beginning of like you getting all like serious. Plus, I had a lot of fun playing with all the extra characters. But season 4 was really good too.
Yeah.
4 is where everything.
I am both proud and also relieved because I think I've said this before, but if this campaign had ended at season 2, that would have been like a fantastic ending. And like it's like with Red vs. Blue season 13. It's like when they continued after season 13 was such a perfect ending that you had to have something really good to follow up with it. And season 15 just wasn't good enough to to override that near perfect ending. And I was worried that season 4 would be like that. Like, hey, we had a chance at a perfect ending, and instead you get a subpar ending to replace it. So I am so glad season 4 was worth, not ending it on the ending of season 2.
All right. So Doc it looks like it's about time for Doc to leave, but considering the fact that we got through everything that we wanted to get through.
There is one thing that I did want to do, but it's like Doc.
What was it?
What is
I said that I was going to be doing this on the stream. It's my favorite moments in Brony D&D. Just my top 10 favorite moments.
Oh,
Could we do that, please? Just like even as rapid fire.
Okay, so rapid fire then. My top 10 favorite moments. Number 10, the river Styx. This is from my perspective as a GM. So I just love how the river Styx was just a great atmosphere setter. I thought it was a great way to get to each layer because the original module was a little cryptic about how you're supposed to get from one layer to the other. So I'm just like, heck, I'm just having the river Styx just being in it. And I just love the narrations like leading up to each layer. I had a lot of fun with that. It was also kind of like a calm before the storm. I loved that. The river Styx was just one of my favorite little playthings.
Okay.
All right. Number 9, the birth of the Diamond Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I was really scared that it wasn't going to work, but it did. And I am happy.
Everybody loved it.
It was so great. It's just there's so many things that could have gone wrong. It didn't, and I'm really happy. Number 8, Visitov.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That was I just love surprising people. It's like I got everybody. Everyone was like,
Also
"Oh yeah,
known
Josh."
as Full Metal Alchemist PTSD trigger.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, Josh can actually get dark." This campaign crossed the line.
I didn't know what to expect next.
And the second thing that I loved was Ivan's solution. Was Finn's little solution. That was just a cherry on top.
I honestly love the line that, like, at least the last little bit of exchange between you and Bliss. Like, Bliss saying, "You monster!" Is like, "I'm no monster. I am now a god," and then just disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of you getting dark, by the way.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm in
rapid
my
fire.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So number 7, the Jaminia fight at the end of season 1. I just thought, oh my gosh, was I able to actually pull a Spec Ops the Lion on you guys and it worked?
It was it was good.
Oh man. And number 6, the Battle of 10,000 Demons. At the end of season 2. I planned for that moment from the beginning. I picked the music, I picked the artwork all the way from the beginning, and I was just waiting to use that. It went very cleanly. Everyone felt awesome. Yes. Number 5, the Souls of the Lost at the end of season 4. Just that whole, I very quickly just, it's like I got everybody emotionally. So many people were crying. It's just the reactions. It's just, it's a balm for my soul. All right.
You're evil.
Yeah. Number 4, Rose's funeral.
And I'm so proud of him.
Oh.
Yes.
Rose's funeral. I worked so dang hard to give Rose a proper send off. The character deserved that kind of send off, and Ari can know. It's like she could kind of hear me mumbling, practicing the narration to the timing of the song.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was going nuts because I had no idea what he was doing. I thought he was no, this can't work. This even be, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was just...
All right. And number 3, Jaminia Sanctified.
Yeah!
Everyone's squealing, just like triumph. And that just hearing everyone squeal, it's just like you care about her that much, and it's just I love it. And number 2, Amber's deal coming full circle.
Oh,
that whole set.
Ooh.
That was and that's the only reason that it's at number 2 is because of the behind the scenes. Just so much could have gone wrong. It didn't.
We're just better friends as a result.
Whoa. And so many things could have gone wrong, and that's the only reason that it's at number 2. But yeah.
And another reason it's at number 2 is because you felt so honored that you were able to help Blissey.
Yeah. Yeah. But number 1, Vorgren Vineblight. Just that whole arc. That whole side story.
Yeah, you.
I loved that. Was my favorite thing to do throughout the whole thing. Okay. All right. Honorable mentions. Rapid fire. Asmodeus Chess with Jalarum. That was really fun. Outlands. I really loved the narration that I did, and it's just really cool thing. Glazio's retrospective. I had a lot of fun writing that. Art of the Dress, for obvious reasons. The multiple Batman gambits against your characters while you were in the caves. That was a lot of fun, even though the one against Ivan failed. Solinor's death. That was very, very that one was really sad, and just like a lot of impact. I really like that. Simula's abortion. Ooh, yeah, as soon as I dropped that word, everyone clenched. Ooh.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I just say teleportation.
I would say the demon battle at the beginning of season 3, where you were all fighting. That one was a surprisingly good battle. I was really surprised. Nice. Another honorable mention, the Kraken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many more you got? I just want to make sure that
3
we're
more.
okay with Doc.
3 more.
I do have to get going,
all right.
But it is really touching to hear that Vorgren Vineblight really was your most favorite moment. I didn't see that coming. So thank you very much for that, Josh. I'm glad that us keeping secrets from everybody else led to your best moment.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Right. Okay. So last
care,
3.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Right,
take care.
Bye, Doc.
All right. So last 3. Rhyme turning into a Balor. These are all mentioned. The Primeval Pact scene. That I really, really love that. And the final honorable mention, Rava stopping the TPK.
Oh, good.
Everything almost fell apart. Everything I had worked towards, everything we had endured almost fell apart because of an oversight.
Can I give my side of that thing?
Yeah.
So, I was looking, when that happened, I was immediately into strategizing. I was like, okay, sorry, it's going to be in focus. So, I need to... Here's the thing, I actually misread it. I thought the party was paralyzed for 8 rounds as well. It's like, okay, it's going to be 8 rounds of just me against Asmodeus. Play defensive. Keep him on me. So it's like, okay, use this one to get him. Could I... wait, if I give them give them their turns back, would that give them extra actions? No, it won't. Okay, so it's can't use that. Okay, let's see what I've got here. Wait a minute, what's this ability? White Raven's Hammer. Okay, I haven't used that much. Let me see what it does. Okay, damage, yep, and stuns. I'm using it. For the love of God, please let this work.
Yeah, I'm so glad it worked. And it would not have worked if Eliora didn't give the buff to Ravis. It would not have worked.
Wait, really?
Yeah, if Faye didn't choose to bury the hatchet in that moment and give the buff to Ravis, y'all would have failed. That attack would have failed.
Forgiveness saved us. No, friendship is magic.
Yes.
So
Literally.
Wow.
So, oh my God, your main antagonist. Wow, your main antagonist, the biggest enemy you had for season 4, was also the one who 100% saved you all in the end.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even then, he would have failed if Faye's growth come full circle.
Yeah.
just
Huge.
so much could have gone wrong.
That final battle it was
So
representative of so much growth.
I think that should be the motto. That should be the motto for the campaign. So much could have gone wrong, but it didn't.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify for Inuyasha, when I say Welcome to the Show could have ended on season 2, I mean that, we'd never do she's never taken into hell, Simula is put into the diamond, Faither and John go on their date, and it all ends happily ever after. If that had happened like that, it would have been a perfect ending because it would have wrapped up pretty much everything that had been, as far as audience and players knew, set up for seasons 1 and 2. Because they obviously didn't know that, Jamilia dying was going to lead to a bigger moment.
Yeah.
And it's like season 3 was leading to season 4. Season 4 was basically a bunch of my ideas that Josh was willing to give a shot. So if season 4 was a failure, it would have basically meant overriding what could have been a perfect happy ending for nothing.
Oh yeah.
In the end, it's everybody's favorite season. So.
It's just thank you for what Finn said about the motto for this. It's like it could have gone wrong, but it didn't.
It could have gone wrong in so many ways, but it
should
didn't.
have gone wrong. But apparently God really likes you. I wonder why.
Anyways,
It's over.
I haven't eaten yet today, so
Okay.
shall we? I think we got pretty much everything that we wanted to do done. Is there anything else that we want to talk about, bring up real quick, lavish
I do
more
have
praise
one
at
quick
Josh's
thing just
feet?
for Josh.
What?
I do have one quick thing for Josh.
Yeah.
It's just a little thing I'd like to say, which is Shadows of the Old World soon, please, need fix.
Okay, well, I'm already. Okay, it's not going to be next Saturday. It's going to be April the 3rd. Okay.
Okay, yeah, but that's when we're gonna play it. That's when we're gonna play it. It's when you guys. It's like when the audience sees it. It's gonna depend. Oh, but so when are we releasing the post thing?
The epilogue session?
Yeah.
I don't. Where are we releasing the epilogue session?
I think we should release it on Dragon Finder.
Are you sure? Because I mean, like,
what I think? The first half might go on Doc's channel, but then to get the rest, people come to Dragon Finder, so it slowly migrates over to the channel.
I like that idea.
I like that idea.
Good job, Ellie.
Good
I love
job,
it.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Ellie is a smarticle particle.
All right.
Yes.
And Smarticle Man.
All right, but so yes. Anyways, to all the fans, thank you so much for supporting us and just watching and commenting and it just being creative. It's just I lurk and I don't comment because all the time because it's just how I am, but I see everything. I do. And it means so much to me to see like all your guys' support and just to everyone in this group. It's just the fact that it's like you guys aren't bored yet?
No, you kept it interesting,
Or
dude.
you've given me an addiction.
Yeah. And the only prescription is more Dungeons and Dragons.
Again, we need our fix.
Good gravy.
I want to say one quick thing that's kind of related to Welcome to the Show, but kind of not. A large part of the reason I started my campaign, Josh, was to give you a break.
Yeah.
I wanted you to be a player, not the planner of the campaign, so that you could just chill and have fun.
Mm-hmm. And I think Shay kind of did that as well as to sort of stretch his own DM wings.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite to give Josh a break, no offense, but I will say this. I consider Josh has been one of the people I consider to have been both in terms of actively giving me advice, but just as inspiration. He is one of my DMing mentors. He is one of the people, I look up to of, I want to kind of DM like this guy.
Aww.
Yay, thank you.
He got me.
Yeah.
He got me started.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. He was the first one that showed me how awesome this game and playing it and just meeting up with people and putting yourself into your character can be.
Yeah.
And I like how when he did his best list, it's like almost every single one of us had at least one moment on that list. So we all made an impact on him as well. So it's like he impacted us and we impacted him. And I think that's beautiful.
We are family.
Mutual Admiration Society.
Yes.
I have had, including Josh, I have had 3 DMs. 6 if you count DMs for a play-by-post series. Josh has hands down been the best of all of them.
Aww.
Thank you.
Yes.
And this isn't even like damning with faint praise. These have been good DMs, but Josh's every one of them has been good in some areas, but flawed in others. And Josh has been the only one to really nail everything across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
So as soon as we hang up, I'm probably going to have to go comfort a bawling man. Just
Oh, I'm gonna give you the biggest hug in May. Yay!
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude, I love you.
we all do, Josh.
Yeah.
And I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you for running this campaign.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Yeah.
By the way, we are still going to release his reactions to us thanking him, because here's the thing. He did not know that all those thanks were going to be in that episode. I got everyone to record their thanks. I edited it into that episode, and I did not tell him until I showed it to him.
Yeah.
I love
That was-
surprises.
Did you say
I
you
love
recorded his
surprises.
reactions? I want to see them.
I
I think he posted it in the chat a while ago.
in the
Yeah, I
Skype chat.
missed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I missed it. I'm working.
I'll post it again today. But yes,
Okay. Danke.
please upload it to either Dragon Finder or Doc's channel,
Yeah.
Probably
because
be-
I think people want to see that.
I think we should release that along with the last episode of the epilogue session.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
All right. So that is it for everybody. Everyone have a wonderful time. We aren't sure when season 5 will be premiering because we haven't played anything yet, but the epilogue sessions should be coming out soon. You look for the first half of them on Doc's channel and look for the second half on here. Links will be in descriptions, of course. And check out all of the fan fiction that people have posted. Dogi just made a new story with Uncle Ravis.
Well, at this point, it's Papa Ravis.
Right. There have been a lot of fan works. Check out William Beasley's channel. Check out Luna Corva's channel as well, because he did an abridged series.
Yeah, the abridged.
Yeah,
Bridge quotes.
yeah, abridged quotes. A lot of people have done a lot of fan work, and Elior's channel for the animatics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Doggy for all the animatics.
yeah,
He and I are a team.
yeah.
I do speed paints sometimes of it.
Oh yeah, definitely
all.
too.
That's
Oh,
all.
yeah, those-
That's all I
Yes.
do.
All right. Well, I think we're all a little burned out. Let's.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
tired.
Are you-
And I want food.
Yeah, I want food too. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you,